Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radio. And I'm your host, Sassin4, and on the desk with me is Crips and Universe. How are you guys doing? Starting with you, Crips.
I'm doing really, really well. Thank you so much. It's the last day of the month. And fortunately for us, it is not at all close to the last match of the season. We still have plenty of action ahead of us.
Yeah, that's true, though. And Universe, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling just fine. It's going to be a great day, I believe. And starting off today with a match that I think is going to be a very interesting one, especially in survival battle. So I'm going to see I'm very interested to see who's going to come out on top.
Definitely. Let's move in straight towards the matchups for the day, and we're going to be taking a quick look at what exactly have we got in store for the day as well. So for the first half, we're going to be seeing Team Cohesion taking up against the side of OUTSET Esports. Team Cohesion versus OUTSET Esports is going to be the match that is going to be happening right now. And for the second half, we're going to be seeing Global Esports going up against the side of Team Valor. So that is going to be another banger of a game right there at 8 p.m. IST. Don't forget to tune in for that as well. But right now, you're here for Cohesion and OUTSET Esports, and we are here to deliver that as well. Cohesion and OUTSET Esports, we know for a fact that both of these teams, I'm not going to say that OUTSET Esports are doing that great for now, though, but we'll definitely get to that once we are going to take a quick look at the group standings as well. But before that, let's take a quick look at the side of the MVP standings, and we're going to see the side of Team Cohesion and their player with the name of SK Wow on the third spot of the MVP standings. And this kind of should give you an idea as to how powerful the side of Team Cohesion are, and their star fragger SK Wow is right there on the MVP standings as well. Chris, what are your opinions on the MVP?
Well, I'm actually very excited to see SK Wow on this MVP standings. Usually you would expect players like MW1 and SK Rossi to be over here, and MW1 was over here just up until yesterday, but now Ghost has taken his place, and SK Wow is also present over here. And since we're going to be seeing SK Wow in action today, that makes me really, really excited.
Yeah, Paradox, Ghost, SK Wow, and Bondef. Well, Paradox, really happy to see him at the first spot, maintaining that MVP standing position as well. The last time, that was the last season, he kind of got relegated as well from the top 4, but yeah, he was there. He was up there in the top 4 of the MVP standings for like 2 or 3 weeks. So Paradox, he definitely puts up the work for the Saracen Rippers, but now we do have a lot of games left out as well for the season before we make our way in towards the playoffs. So going to be seeing a lot of shift happening in the MVP standings as well. So let's hope that SK Wow is going to be able to keep up the consistency as well and be there on the top 4. Now let's move in over towards the group standings, by the way, and continue the story that we were sort of talking about, the side of Cohesion and the side of OUTSET Esports. We know for a fact that Team EXO yesterday, after winning, they made their way over towards the first spot. And interestingly, August Fire, they were not able to do much, and they suffered their third loss in the group stages. And they're right down there at the 8th spot. So Team EXO, they flew straight to the top, and August Fire, they still are at the 8th spot as well. OUTSET Esports, on the other hand, as I was saying, are not really having the best of the time. They haven't secured a point yet, neither have they got a win. 2 losses, and the side of Team Cohesion, by the way, they've got themselves 2 points. Those are the maps that they've got as well. But yeah, no wins whatsoever. But Cohesion, with that 2 points, they're still in that safe zone. So Universe, I want your thoughts on the group standings and what exactly do you think? Will OUTSET Esports be able to put up their first win today?
I'm not too sure. I mean, given that Team Cohesion should be performing better than what they have so far, they've picked up a map and they've picked up a map on two occasions, and I don't think that's what they want. These 2 points have, I think, come out of just I don't even know what to call it. It's just like maybe a step that they took which they couldn't follow up. And Cohesion, they have got themselves a little bit of breathing room for sure, from the relegation zone. But all it takes is one win right now for either Outset or August to come back on top or take their spot. It is also true that you can see that they've got no wins. It's just one map each. And I'm pretty sure that they would not want to have 2 points like that. I'm pretty sure they would have wanted a win at least and get points on the board, which today I think could be possible. Outside, as much as I've seen statistically, I would say that Cohesion have the upper hand in terms of their experience and the way that they play overall. Outside, I don't think have that much of a chance, but I think they can squeeze it to a map number 3 if possible. I'm still undecided as to where exactly this best of 3 might go, but if Outside play their cards right, I think this is the chance where they get their first victory.
Well, for sure, and I feel as if the side of Outside Esports, they should have done their homework in order to go up against the side of Team Cohesion as well. Because Cohesion, they mostly are going to try and allocate most of their resources to SK WoW, so you can go up ahead and take the fight as well. But Cohesion, they do have different strategies, different game plans, thanks to their IGL as well. Their entire roster looks pretty tight, and I feel against the side of Outside Esports today, they are definitely going to put up their first win as well. But let's moving over towards the team spotlight for the side of Team Cohesion so that we can further build up on this. And Chris, I want your thoughts on the side of Team Cohesion. We know for a fact that these guys are absolutely amazing fraggers, mad fraggers, but yeah, what else do you have in store for this team?
I really like the way these guys are free flowing. Like they don't necessarily walk into the round with a big plan or some 200 IQ strat, but they just kind of build things up as they go. So their flexibility is the best thing about them. But yes, the lack of structure might just come and bite them in the butt later on. Luckily for them, they don't need to worry about structure against outside esports. They only need to worry about it against stronger opponents like, let's say, Global Esports or Velocity or something like that. So yeah, I think Cohesion Esports, these guys should be able to make a decent run today.
Yeah, Team Cohesion, with the amount of stats that they have put up as well till now, I feel as if, at least on paper, they do have that advantage against the side outside esports, and maybe they're just going to go ahead and showcase us what they have got ready for the side of Team Outside Esports today. But in order to make that happen as well, we know for a fact that there is going to be that one player that is always going to stand out, right, in all of these teams. On the MVP standings, it was SK WoW. So let's move it over towards the player spotlight for the side of Team Cohesion, brought to you by AMD Ryzen Radio and check who exactly is going to be that player. And yep, it is going to be SK WoW. The duelist for the side of Team Cohesion. Look at those stats. Yes, let it sink in. And Universe, I want your thoughts on the side of SK WoW.
He definitely is a player who's stepped up. Clearly, he is quite literally like what his name suggests. He's a wow factor on the side of Cohesion. He's been on the rise. He's had a very good performance so far in the Gauntlet. He is on the MVP standings as well. So that's one thing that that's something that stands out for him and his team, I believe. Even though they've not got a win yet, but they can they for sure can push out one or dish out one, given their best day or the way that they play. Like Krip said, even though they don't have structure, they have flexibility. I think if they can establish some against bigger teams and probably work their way around outside today, then they should be good. And SK Wow, he's going to be the connoisseur of that victory for sure, because if this guy is able to pull out the frags that he's required to do, the entry role that he plays, he does so well, and as a result, he's come up over here on the player spotlight as well as the MVP standings, then it should be pretty much a walk in the park for SKY today to get his team over the line.
Definitely. Yes, Keva, we're looking forward to seeing him again perform as always and lead the entirety of Cohesion to victory against the side of OUTSET Esports. And yeah, apart from the Jet as well as Keva, I really want to see a little bit of a change coming in from the side of Team Cohesion. Yeah, the Jet is definitely working out for them, but yeah, different maps. Sometimes, the side of OUTSET Esports as well have a different sort of a strategy in order to counter the side of Cohesion. So looking forward to seeing what exactly the side of Cohesion have got as well against the side of OUTSET. Speaking of OUTSET Esports, let's move in over towards their team spotlight and take a quick look at the entire roster coming out from the side of OUTSET Esports as well. And we know for a fact that we got some ex Samurai players in there as well. Crips, we got Harsh, who's going to be playing on the side of OUTSET Esports. We got some experienced professionals as well, like we got Forkin, we got Cyrex. So, what do you think about this about this roster on the side of OUTSET Esports?
Mm, I don't care honestly about the players that you just spoke about. My eyes are going to be on Alex T. In my opinion, that's the mad fragger of this team. Of course, all the players that you just named are also very, very experienced. Forkin and Cyrex have been around since a long time. I've known them since like 2016, 17-ish.
Yeah.
And they've been knocking on the doors of tier one Indian FPS, but they just now are starting to get their chance to prove their worth. Alex T, on the other hand, we saw him stand in the place of SK Rossi once when, SK Rossi was on a break and this guy stepped in for Global Esports. They wanted to try him out. And this happened during season 1 of Gauntlet. Now, tell me something. This guy's filling the shoes of SK Rossi. What do you think is going to happen? He's
Yeah.
already stepped into bigger shoes, and I think he should be able to use those same shoes and kick the butt of Team Cohesion.
Yeah, I mean, before that as well, so basically LXT is Harsh, right? And we used to play for Samurai Esports. And the best part is that even in Samurai Esports, he was so flexible. Like, we know him to play multiple roles in the team. Once he used to be the duelist, and then he shifted roles as well. When Excali chimed in into Samurai Esports, and it was all it was all good and dandy for the side of Harsh. But now that he has joined OUTSET Esports, I feel as if OUTSET Esports definitely are going to be seeing Alex T as like an invaluable asset. And yeah, the side of OUTSET Esports, uh, they particularly did not have quite a lot going for them at the start of the gauntlet. But yes, we do have a couple of games left out for them. So let's hope that Alex T is going to be able to perform even more, and the entire roster from the side of OUTSET Esports are going to be able to make it to the playoffs as well. But yeah, with that, let's move it over towards the player spotlight for the side of OUTSET Esports, brought to you by AMD Ryzen Radio. I'm going to be seeing who exactly is going to be the player to be looking out for on the side of OUTSET. And it is going to be Cyrex, the guy that we spoke about, Chris. He plays a SOA. He's an initiator for the side of OUTSET Esports. And I know for a fact that the entire statistics for the side of Cyrex is not going to be the best. But let me tell you this, he's an amazing support, and the amount of intel he gathers for the team so that Harsh can move forward and take the fight is incredible. What else do you have for the side of Cyrex Universe?
I think this is a player who we've not seen the full potential of yet. He definitely has a lot more to show for than what we see on the stats right now. 33 kills, 54 deaths. No, for sure, this is something that he's had a little bit of a struggle to come up on top of what he actually can put up on the scoreboard or the server for that matter, just in terms of how he plays it on that initiator role. Today, though, we're gonna have to see whether he can step up. Whether OUTSET have done their homework. They had a break, pretty much as good as anybody else did, and now they are gonna have to step up their game because this might be one of the games where they actually can, potentially win. Because they've got giants like EXO, they've got F1, they've got a lot of other teams over here who might just not be, that easily that they can win over. But Cohesion might just be a little bit of a sweat. But I think if tried hard enough or done properly in the ways that I think that they have a game plan in their mind and they want to execute it the way that they want to, and they find Cohesion off guard, then I think the teacher's going to be pretty happy with the homework.
Definitely. I've seen Cyrex, sort of play a lot of other roles as well. And it's interesting to see him go ahead and pick up the role of the initiator for the side of OUTSET Esports. I've seen Cyrex for the Cypher as well. The guy was pretty cracked when he played the Cypher. So it's good to see all these players from the side of OUTSET Esports being flexible, and they can play around with other agents as well. But they have to bring in that versatility in their play as well, because sometimes they just become too readable. More on that when we jump straight into towards the map veto now, as we're going to be seeing which maps are going to be played, and accordingly we are sort of going to see who exactly is going to have that advantage as well, starting off with this best of three. So we're going to be seeing Ascent. This is going to be picked by the side of OUTSET Esports, and Cohesion are going to be starting off on the defense there. Map number 2 is going to be Haven, picked by Cohesion. This was expected because the side of Team Cohesion, they love the map of Haven, and even back when they were known as Inazuma, they used to play the map of Haven every single time. And then we're going to be seeing the decider that is going to be Bind. So, Crips, what are your opinions on the map of Ascent? What do you think is going to be that strategy coming out from the side of OUTSET Esports?
So the last time I saw OUTSET Esports on Ascent, they were playing a little too passively, to the extent where their opponents were just basically steamrolling all over them. And I hope they don't do the same thing today. I hope they're able to take the charge and play as freely as they want, aggress when they want, and have options open. If they just let their enemies pick up too much map control, I think it's gonna be a dead end for them. So I think OUTSET Esports, their win condition is to just maintain that freedom that they have and play fearlessly.
Yeah, completely agree to you on that. Because OUTSET Esports, as you did state, right, the last time we saw them playing a lot passive, and that actually allowed the other team to go ahead and take a lot of map control. And then the players like Harsh and Cyrex trying to just rotate back over towards the other side would just get caught off guard as well. So yeah, OUTSET Esports, they definitely need to pick up the pace whenever needed, and maybe try and aggress out of the side of Team Cohesion, because Cohesion, they're starting off with the defense here, right? And I feel as if they are going to have that advantage starting off with the map of Ascent. The second half is going to be a whole different story altogether, so only time will tell. But now moving on over to the map of Haven. Universe, I want your thoughts. What exactly do you think is the side of OUTSET Esports going to do to outplay the side of Cohesion? Because Cohesion, they've got some pretty interesting strats for the map of Haven.
Yeah, they definitely do. Haven's definitely going to be a little bit of a, I would say, tactical as well as aim warfare. I think it's spread out more so than Ascent is. Ascent, it's kind of default. We know how exactly it plays out, whether there are fakes or whether there are double fakes or however it is. Haven has a lot more possibility for that because you've got three sites. You get a player lurking in mid, you get people moving around A, you got people moving around C. You don't really know until you see the spike for sure that's where they're gonna actually hit. But yeah, Haven is gonna be, I think, Cohesion's playground, because of the fact that OUTSET have had a bad time, and I think we saw them play on Haven once, and that they did not have that great of a time over there, as we can evidently see from their stats as well. But today, again, this, the thing about breaks is you have this small little time to try to figure out what exactly went wrong. And I really hope OUTSET Esports have done that, because if they have done that, then Cohesion need to have a little bit of a shield in front of them if they want to protect themselves from what the attack is called OUTSET Esports. But I really want to see how exactly OUTSET Esports are prepared for this, and if or not, actually, if they are prepared for this.
Completely. Well, what do you think about the map of Bind, though, as we quickly are going to go ahead and wrap it out?
I think Bind is going to be very unpredictable. I'm not quite sure if you're going to see it. I really think that Cohesion might just come out on top at this one with a 2-0. But if we do go see Bind, again, I would like to say that, Cohesion might pull this one out. But I would like to say that, if OUTSET pull out the second map, then it is going to be a long Bind where Cohesion come out on top. But if not, then I think Cohesion will take this one 2-0.
Crips, what are your predictions for this best of three? Who do you think is going to take it away?
Well, I honestly don't know who's gonna win, but because Universe picked Cohesion, I'm gonna pick OUTSET. Just let there be a little bit of rivalry.
Definitely. Well, with that, we are going to be jumping straight in towards the caster's desk as well. we're pretty much done with the analysis, and you guys saw the team intros and the player spotlights as well. You have got all the data. So let us know down in the chat section as well, who do you think is going to go ahead and take it away? Well, I am going to send both of these, Crips and Universe, over towards the caster desk, and they are going to go ahead and narrate this entire storyline for you guys for this best of 3. You guys are watching the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. We're going to be seeing you guys in the match now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. My name is Quips, with me is Universe, and we're going to be your casters for the day. We have a match ahead of us. It's OUTSET Esports versus Team Cohesion. Now, I honestly am not emotionally inclined towards any one of these teams, so I refuse to make a prediction when Assassin, threw that question at us. But because you picked Cohesion, I had to pick OUTSET. Sorry, Universe, nothing against you. I just had to do it. It's the rule. It's the law of the land.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the law of the land does give you the right to do so. But right now, what we're going to have to see is what are the laws that these guys are going to follow, given that they've got... I would not like to call these agents as lawyers, but for sure they have their own set of rules that they live by.
Dude,
And
they don't follow the rules.
by that
It's
I meant
Cohesion and OUTSET.
roles that they live by.
Okay, see, yeah, that's smart. That's smart. That is actually pretty smart. Very well, very good way to defend yourself. Now, I think what's going to be important for these guys is to break as many rules as possible, to disrupt as much as possible. And that's what Cohesion is famous for, right? To not
Mm-hmm.
follow the rules, to throw a curveball every now and then. Let's take a look at the lineups. Outside Esports have basically chosen everything. Their controller is going to be Omen instead of your regular Astra or something. Sova and Jet were always expected. Killjoy also, to some extent, was expected, but they have a Sage. I don't know how the
Mm.
Sage fits into this thing. Anxiety is going to be playing
This
Sage. On the side of Cohesion, we have Omkar as the Astra, normal. Nyx is going for Killjoy. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Kone has usually always been the initiator, fired up as the duelist this time, and SK Bao also as a duelist. So that's the difference over here. Um, Outside Esports have two Sentinels, whereas Cohesion have two duelists, and yeah, that's a little weird, don't you think? I mean, too
mm,
much passiveness versus too much aggressiveness. What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I think the side of outside have pulled a book out of Godlike's page because it's exactly their lineup. Uh, we've seen that single duelist lineup. We've got the Sage, which pretty much I've seen Antidote play quite a few times, and you got Rexy to play that Killjoy role while you let Flex move around that Sova role. I think they're trying to pull a page out of their book, and it looks like it might just work out for them. But it is something that we're gonna have to see. While on the side of Cohesion, we've got two duelists, which again could throw, like you said, a disruption into the plans of what we know, what we can see that OUTSET Esports is trying to do. They've got a single duelist, and on the defensive side, that they need to pull up as much as they can. Right now, they are on the attacking side. They need to pull up as much as they can, Chris, because if they're not able to do that, then the defensive ask is going to be very difficult for them, given that they're going to have to handle two duelists.
Let's see how these two duelists perform. For now, Cohesion Esports aren't really taking any aggressive stances except for mid. Both the duelists present over there, but they haven't really seen the attackers move in towards shot, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
exactly what happens when they sneak by. Omkar gets taken down with his pants down, and now it's all up to Nyx. He's got no backup, absolutely nothing.
Oh, Cyrex. He eats a bullet at the back of his head, and the plant is looking like it's going down. But look at SK. Wow, okay. He just jumps down and goes for the kill straight up, and Anxiety is going to be able to take him down as
Ooh.
Forken is just going to. Okay, then. That was a clean spray. The Prime Classic, as good as it sounds, feels just as good to get those burst headshots, isn't it?
Yeah, I really thought that Cohesion will be able to make something happen because both the players were focused on mid. And, considering this two on mid, I would have expected them to pick up early battles, especially when they had coasts, which are suitable for long range. But then most of the players of outside esports just walk in catwalk and they just roll into the side. Poor Nyx was caught
Mm-hmm.
alone all by himself. Omkar did not even know they were coming. He just peeked out to see if they are present, and he got surprised with like 3 people on his screen. So yeah, that was a little unfortunate for the side of Cohesion. Let's see how they deal with this now, though. It's not all over.
Yeah, it is not all over. We've got a little bit of advantage on the side of outside esports. They won the pistol and they deserve to buy those specters that they have. And the one thing about this round is that if Forkin is able to fork out a couple of more kills, then he could get that ultimate of his pretty quickly into this first half. Maybe in 2 rounds at least, if he gets another 4 kills, or that is, or if he dies or gets the ultimate, whatever it is. But that lockdown is going to be very, very influential in terms of getting around, at least in the early stages of the game. And that's going to let him assert some dominance as the Sentinel itself. And not to forget, we do have a Reviver on their side as well. So I really want to see, and on top of that, that Reviver is also going to heal. So I don't know if that's going to be a deciding factor for the side of outside esports, given that the Sage might just cause the difference. But yeah. We are going to have a small little issue, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be right back in just a minute. A little bit of technical issue. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with the match.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. It's Team Cohesion versus OUTSET Esports. OUTSET won the pistol round, but Cohesion had a long, nice break to prepare for the eco. OUTSET, can they survive this anti-eco for them? Can they survive against this train of pistols that's about to come at them? Is it even gonna be a train, or will they like fly into the site, with jetpacks and rockets and whatnot? Let's see what happens.
I would like to say, is it going to be Jet Airways?
Jet Airways, serving you nice meals since 1947. Meals obviously meaning lead in your mouth.
I mean, the lead right now is probably going to go inside the mouth of anybody who walks up B main in case Fired Up decides to throw in with that pistol shorty. But right now, it's going to be Nike Zera who eats it from the hands of NXT. And there's a little bit of a gunfire towards B main. That round that I don't think that Cohesion is going to win. Fired Up pretty low. But I do want to talk about one thing over here. Cohesion have taken the pistol down a little bit slow. I mean, they went in for that aggressive peak, and I think that first peak cost them a little bit, especially from the side of Omkar. But Crips, how much do you think that the Astra Omen difference is on the map like Ascent?
The only difference between the Astra and the Omen, and the only real advantage on any map that the Omen would have over the Astra, is that the Omen can put up one-way smokes more easily. But on Ascent, both of them can use the similar one-way smokes. The only difference is that Omen can put up a smoke on the
left.
B main area as well. Whereas the Astra can only put it up on that one little spot. Flawless round for OUTSET Esports over here, which was kind of expected. But yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people pick up Omen on Split instead of Astra. Because on Split, there's a lot more places where you can put up one-way smokes. Over here, there's an opportunity to put up a one-way on the A main area. That's like where everyone puts it, right? Even the Astra can do it, even the Omen can do it, but the Omen can do it on the A short entrance, on the B main entrances. You can even do it on the mid-market area to make sure that anyone crossing from the mid-market area will have to like check 2-3 angles or maybe just wait a little bit. So that's like the only advantage the Omen has. Of course, the teleportation is good as well. But yeah, it really just depends on how well you play along with your team. Both the agents require coordination. Every controller does. So far, the Omen is going to use the smokes to cover up A short and the bottom of mid, which allows the players of OS to move in closer towards mid and start making this work. They have 3 players positioned towards mid, 2 on catwalk, and then 1 each on A main and B main respectively. We have the Sage, who's trying to move in closer and closer towards the defender spawn, and this probably might be the person who can cut off rotations, and that is exactly what Anxiety does. The rotations cut off. Now, all the players on the sites are isolated. 2-2 split. But up close and personal, the Spectres reign supreme. Now there's only 1 person remaining on the A side, and Lakhs is only going to be good for 1 before he finally gets overpowered and the A side gets overrun.
OUTSET put themselves in a good position, and that might just be another round in their hands as Alex finds a penultimate kill, and the last one now standing is Cones on the B side. And poor man's got to be waiting for his death, I believe, which I think Anxiety is going to feed it to him. No, he's not. Cone's going to get 1. Maybe trying to hurt the economy a little bit more as he's recovering himself into a better position. But I think, yeah, he wants to save this Phantom rather let alone go for any sort of fights. And now, OUTSET have actually thrown Cohesion off guard a bit, I believe, Crips. They've got 3 downs on the board. And I don't think that Cohesion are going to have a buy in this round unless they choose to force, that is. But I don't think they're going to do that, because if they do, then they give away the possibility of a 5th round as well. And Cone, does he survive that? Ooh, the crosses were just a bit away, millimeters away. And Cohesion, they need to get their head back into the game. They've got away with, OUTSET have got away with 3 downs now. And you can see the only man who has a weapon that is worthy of a fight is Cone. All the rest of them are down to sheriffs, maybe a marshal, and yeah, that's about it. Now, OUTSET have the advantage. They can go up 4-0, maybe 5.
Yeah. I mean, This was a pretty good bonus round for the side of OUTSET. It wasn't even a bonus, it was a bumper bonus round. They started with 1 weapon and Spectres. They walked away with 3 weapons, and they just had to buy 2 more to line it up. He's lining up the frags over here with Omkar and Kone on his crosshairs, impales their heads against a peg. And Knight peeks only to find 2 people staring him in the face. Yeah, it's falling apart, but it was never supposed to stay together in the first place.
OUTSET are playing this smart. They are doing the job that they need to, at least in the first initial stages of this game. As okay, fired up, going for an aggressive peek. I mean, there's not much he can afford to do anyway in this one, so he's going for it. And now both the duelists are left to do the job against this lineup of OUTSET, which is a 2v4, and look where Infinity is coming up. He might just find both these kills over here. Fired up, I think, spotted him out, but it's not going to matter because he's going to find his head. And that should be the end of round number 4 as OUTSET put it up on their board. And okay, this is turning out to be a little bit of an interesting match now because Cohesion, I'm pretty sure they did not see this coming, at least not in the early stages.
Yeah, and OUTSET, they're winning on the basis of just frags. They're getting kills on every part of the map. So far, OUTSET strategy has been take mid control with 3 players, leave 1 on A main, leave 1 on B main, and sometimes switch it up every now and then. But for the most part, they've been getting picks on every part of the map, and they've had so many options, right? You have a kill everywhere, and you can do whatever the hell you want. You can go whichever side you want to go to. Maybe this time they won't be able to pick up frags that easily because there's an operator on fired up, but he's been nullified because of that dark cover, so he will reposition.
Yeah. Now that they have the advantage, I'm pretty sure they don't want to give it away. And look at Infinity. He's doing the work for his team. He gets another one as there is the lockdown coming into effect over here by the side of OUTSET Esports, and they want to take the B side. Anxiety's going to add on to that effort of theirs. Omkar gonna spray down one through the smoke, and he actually finds a little bit of success. He gives his team on something to work with, but that's just not gonna be enough because the spike has gone down, and a 3v4 retake when a revive and a jet playstorm are available looks pretty unlikely.
Omkar sneaking up slowly. Anxiety is holding the off angle. They will have to check him, but they cover him out.
Oh no. Omkar left alone, gets another headshot actually. I thought he would get that kill, but Alex, lucky to be alive, and he is gonna thank his teammate for that, Falcon, who took him down at the very end. And now it's 5-0 over here, Crips. Very dominant first half from the side of OUTSET. I don't think any of us expected that.
Exactly. And this time, what OUTSET did was different. They did not take mid. They changed it up. They had the lockdown towards the B side. The moment the lockdown was committed, SK WoW pushed up A main just to check if it's a fake or not. And he found Infinity over there. Infinity killed him. That's the early man advantage taken away. And SK WoW was, you know, the Raze. That's one of the most impactful players on the B retake. Now, without him, you can't do much. Again, this time around, they trade frags, but... Oh, that's what I was looking for. Kone is able to get Forkin through the wall, tags him, and then he bags him. Let's see after losing their players on B if they can make this take on Gardens work. Oh, shot missed. Alex T dinks him. Needs a little bit of help. Maybe the shot will finish him off. No, it damages the other player instead. But they're both very low on health now, and it's even worse.
Omkar, the sound cue of the one player running away, give him the idea that he could lurk out of that smoke, but that's not the case, my friend. You got 2 players over there. That shock dart is not going to deter this. Oh, it actually did. Pipeline going down again now, but there's nothing Cohesion can do to stop that, and I don't think that they can do anything to win out this round either. Kone, as good as that kill on the B main was, the last 2 players standing on Cohesion are going to go down as OUTSET have a 6-0 lead, and the half already settled for them, if not anything else.
How does Cohesion stop this? Like, I don't see that they're doing anything wrong. It's just that they're losing their gunfights. And I'm the kind of guy who never criticizes if you lose a gunfight. Yeah, I mean, if you make a bad decision, if your strategy is wrong, then I might say something. But hey, I mean, when it comes to gunfights, it really just depends on how well you click heads. And so far, if OUTSET can win a frag duel everywhere on the map, then what can you even do? I mean, you have the better weapons as well. You have the operator, but you're still not able to make it work. The Odin, I mean, it's a turret. So let's see if they're able to use it or not. Very slow approach from the side of OUTSET this time, as they're very slowly starting to creep up towards Catwalk. Once again, this is something that they have done 5 rounds in a row. The only thing that did different in the 5th round was, go B instead. But this is their standard strat. This is something that they've always done. There's nothing different.
Cover going out.
Yeah, there is not much difference right now, but the one thing that is going to be happening is that if the flash works or not, because the Infinity actually is going for the teleport and he's going towards the A side and he's going to find Fired Up. Although he got one, is just going to be good for just that kill, as SK WoW has been walled off. And look at that. That's a pretty good use of the wall, and here comes the Hunter's Fury, which Falcon is going to take care of. How good are OUTSET Esports right now?
Spike planted.
Oh, poor guy. Oh, wait. This might just be doable right now. He knows that there's players behind him towards heaven. He can put up the Cosmic Divide and then go for the stick. But he's going to wait. He's going to play it patiently. Since that much time has passed, there is a small chance that they won't be dead towards heaven anymore. Smokes deployed both the places. Oh, he lines one up. The other one has been sorted as well. And he can actually go for the stick. I don't think the Killjoy will be able to stop her. Oh, wait. I just said that, and there's a Nano Swarm. He's sticking it. Oh my god, this mad lad. The cojones on him to stay in there. That was just ridiculous.
Almost. I thought that he almost had it over there. But unfortunate. A very, very well tried run by Omkar though. He got the 3 kills that he needed, but I think that he realized that, he's going to be played around with by Falcon, and he's not going to let him take the kill. He's just going to peek around him, jump, give that jiggle. That's exactly why I think he chose to go straight for the diffuse. Around that, OUTSET Esports were made to work for in the end, which I don't think that they would have wanted, but 7 on the board nonetheless, and nothing for Cohesion to say so far.
Yeah. And it was all very disastrous. Like, several times you've had Anxiety sneak up into A main, I'm sorry, not A main, towards mid, and then he goes all the way towards defender spawn. This time, it was Forkin who did that, and he was able to stop the Hunter's Fury too. Oh, more aggression this time around. Fired up in the air, will be plucked off by Infinity. I did mention that one of the win conditions for Cohesion Esports is to play as aggressively as they want and as freely as they want, but this is not what I meant by that. They're just feeding away the kills.
Definitely, Anxiety is going to clean up what SK WoW laid down in front of him, as Falcon's going to take his twin sister out in the form of Knight Zera as a Killjoy. And the last one standing now again, Cone. As he's going to pick up what he can from this on, and that's going to be just the ult up. And wait, did he get that? Or did the plant go down before it? I don't think it even matters at this point. Another round that goes to OUTSET Esports. 8-0 now, Crips. How bad is it for Cohesion?
It's that bad that I can't even point out what's going wrong for them. Like, there's nothing to analyze. What's going on? OS are winning fights every night. 2 people pushed up mid, both of them got taken down by Infinity. Yeah, SK WoW was able to pick up 1 frag, but then Anxiety dealt with it. And even that 1 frag was pretty much useless. If that came through in a proper buy round or something, I think Anxiety would have used his revival. He didn't use it because he's like, it's an eco, doesn't matter. Yeah.
The one thing that I do want to notice, even though it's an eco, we've seen many teams who have gone out during an eco and they give these aggressive pushes, right, which we saw Cohesion do now. But this was a 1 by 1 by 1 push, not a team push. I think that's where they're going a little bit off track, because they need to get a team, they need to live up to their team name, Cohesion, because honestly, we're not seeing it so far. If they had pushed up all three at mid together, I think they would have given another fight of, maybe getting 2 kills, maybe getting 3 kills. Who knows what would have happened? But I think it was first, I think it was Omkar who went, Fired Up who went first. And then Omkar came walking down under. And then came SK WoW with the Marshall. And I think that was their mistake. You were going up against, cannons with just, I don't even know.
Pea-shooters.
Yeah, indeed. And that's obviously not going to get you any sort of a success. You're just going to have it blown up in your face. And now, OUTSET, they've put up round number 8 on the board, looking for a 9th as well. And they've got everything that they need to do it as well. Even if Cohesion put down that lockdown, they've got an ultimate to counter it. And even if OUTSET lose a man, they still have an ultimate to counter it. So the odds in their favor, everything's working out for them. The kills, the fights, the round advantage. Let's see how they're going to lose this Ascent map out.
There's a party going on in Nightzera's house. Look at the lighting on this man.
Yeah,
Full
he's having-
RGB. Like, he's got every color in there. You can probably throw a disco ball in there and, you know, maybe a bar at the side. Yeah, and then invite your friends over. That would be the sickest party ever. I mean, unfortunately, you can't really party when you're 8-0 down. If this was the other way around, then that would be the best setting ever.
I think Infinity or Cyrex need to get one for themselves.
Infinity has a light-up keyboard. That's good
Does.
enough. I mean, that's standard gamer aesthetics, RGB keyboards. But then Nightzera outdoes that, and he goes for the entire room.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody has their own things. Yeah, it's a nice. I would love to have a room like that. Honestly, you know, RGB
Yeah,
lighting
same.
and all that. But right now, I don't think that he's feeling the RGB just as much. I think he needs to get something done for his team a little bit more than what they are expected of to do. There is still the Odin and the Operator in play for the side of Cohesion, and of a pause again coming in, which could allow them to, you know, maybe switch things up. What if they try to go for a very aggressive push this time and it actually works out for them and they throw the side of Cohesion completely off guard, which I think that they should be trying, because now they've got the room for it. I honestly feel like at this point, when you're 8-0 down, this is when you need to try something different, because you realize that what you're doing so far is not working out for you, and you need to throw in a bone which does not belong in that pile of bones that you're already, you know, having. So whatever it is that they have in mind, I really hope that they can formulate in this pause, because if they don't, then I think that OUTSET, you know, they might cause an upset of a very high order to a team that almost qualified last season.
Yeah, and keep in mind that this is a very important win for OUTSET Esports. They're currently sitting at the bottom of the table. At least Cohesion have 2 points. So they're not at the bottom. They don't have 0. But given the way OUTSET have been playing, it seems like they can actually put up their first win on the board.
Yeah, OUTSET. Now they have the game to play in their favor. They have the upper hand. They have the hands on the heads of Cohesion. Are they gonna be smashing it down into the ground, or are they gonna let them come back? Fired up, taking a very aggressive positioning. He clears out A main. Oh, but he doesn't know that Infinity's around the corner, and he's probably going to call this out to his teammates over here, and that should give a lot of information to the side of Cohesion, but they don't know that Infinity's still there. As the fights are going down in mid, that A main hold is going to be very, very paramount to the success of either team. And now SK are trying to hold on a push. Look at this though. Fired up might just get the better of the angle over here. Oh my god, this is so intense. This peak already. Somebody peak.
Yeah, the tension's killing us. The suspense, it's unbearable. This is like a thriller movie of sorts, except you know who the villain and the hero is, and you just can't wait for the climax. But a very measured and passive approach from the side of OUTSET Esports as they take their sweet time getting up into mid. They showed presence in mid too, and now they have a lockdown on B. Does that mean the Jet is going to peek away? No, she still holds. Fired up still stays over there. And he's rewarded for his patience. Unfortunately, this means he can't get to the B side in time. And the B side will be going over to the side of OUTSET. But they haven't planted the spike yet. And the spike plant can be denied too. There's a lockdown and Cosmic Divide combination. The perfect retake combination from the defenders now available. Let's see if they use it. There's a showstopper too. They can actually use their ultimates and pull this round off.
I think they want to go for it. They've got a lot of utility. They've got a lot of ultimates to work with. And the side of OUTSET, they might just be caught off guard over here. And there it is. Here goes the lockdown. But guess what? Alex is in a good position along with Anxiety to try to deny this. And that's exactly what they were looking for. They knew that this combination might come in. But it doesn't matter. Nightshade and Omkar actually get those kills. And now they're running into the side. Although the thing has been taken down, the lockdown. Look at the amount of time it's gone by. Forkin done enough for his team, I believe. Oh my god.
Dude. The moment they the moment that Forget my words. The moment that Cosmic Divide went up, they lost that round. That was a very misplaced Cosmic Divide.
No,
That Cosmic Divide was messed up. It works in the favor of the attackers. It blocks out both the entrances, and then they're forced to move into the site without having any knowledge of where their attackers are positioned. That lockdown would have been utilized best if the Cosmic Divide was put up ahead of the boathouse. You know, you lock the people into the boathouse. The lockdown is just basically going to either force them to come outside and fight or fall back into the boathouse. And then you lock them into the boathouse with the Cosmic Divide. That is how the combo is supposed to work. But no, they block out lane 1 and lane 2. And then it works against them. Their own ultimate works against them.
I think
my God.
I think that the one thing that they did not consider in the factor was the fact that the Sova still had the ultimate. He would actually go ahead and use it. Cyrex did a pretty good job, and that's all they needed for that round. And now OUTSET running into the A side with so much confidence, fired up, missing his shots, and Cohesion, absolutely no cohesion whatsoever. They've given away the side. Oh, it is an eco whatsoever, but still a 10 looking on the cards for OUTSET over here, Clips. I mean, do we call this that it's over?
Not yet. I'm still a little hopeful. Infinity with the flank will be able to deal with Fired Up, and this might just actually distract the forces of Cohesion long enough to let them get into sight. Oh, wow, what a brave push. Omkar just heroes inside, and that barrier up is actually working against him now. The pistols are starting to sink. Infinity's position is already known, and I don't think he can pull this off. They both are going to double peek him at the same time, and finally, Cohesion are able to put up a round on the board.
Okay, Omkar. That's one way to do it. Jump right onto the head.
Push.
Out of charge.
No, that was brilliant, actually. Jump onto the heads of your opponent with a frenzy in your hand and pray and spray, I guess.
Yeah. It's very funny.
Love it. Just look at this. Just look at this. I love it. He just jumps down. He gets the kill. Cyrex goes down, and then Nike adds on to the next one as he finds the headshot onto Falcon. And then it was just the sheriff singing their songs like it was an opera with an opera singer that I do not know, actually.
Yeah, I don't think anyone listens to opera anymore. I'm pretty sure the gamers listen to metal and hard bass and whatnot. Alex D listens to the sound of the operator and instantly shuts his ears, says, nope, I don't want any of that. I'll see you in the next round. Bye-bye.
Although the revive is available, which I think that's exactly what Anxiety is going for. He's running all the way back there towards Jaime to revive his teammate. And finally, he's going to have a chance to use it after so many rounds. Wall goes up, Rev comes in, and Fired Up. Looking in the angle again, he wants to kill, but he knows that there is a wall over there, so there's nothing he's going to find. And OUTSET, they are going to come back with the man advantage, bring it to level. As Cohesion now, they are being forced to play again passively, and they're throwing in utility. And this is something that I think Cohesion have been pretty good at doing over here, Clips. Their slow approach is causing a lot of utility to come out from the side of Cohesion, and that's what they're banking upon.
With this lack of utility, they might actually be able to brute force their way into the side, but there's only 30 seconds left, and they need to deal with all the other utility as well, especially the Astra, so they better hurry. The door's closed, which means no more backup arriving from the side of Cohesion. The two players inside the boathouse have only themselves, and they don't need anyone else. They should be able to deal with the majority of the offenders, and they should be able to put up a decent amount of man advantage for their team. The spike plan will still go down, but I think he's going to get challenged right away, and it gets denied. Cohesion finally able to put up a fight.
Ooh, I think Cohesion are going for the 9-3 cursed scoreline. We all know how much that scoreline hurts, especially when you're 9-3 and then you get it back in ways that you did not expect. But the 9-3 scoreline for sure is a cursed one, and we've seen that multiple times happen. A lot of people were talking about it recently as well, especially you know, after Velocity. I remember in the last map against Global Esports in the VCC Grand Finals, were 9-3 up, and they lost it, unfortunately. But hey, it's India for the win. Is it going to be Cohesion for the win today? If they pull out a 9-3.
Yeah, that's a question that I want the answer to. Once again, Fired Up, looking in the right direction. He's got players headed his way, but this time, no shots connected. Anxiety, very brave. He's actually wide peeking this. How? The
Wow.
balls on this guy to actually go up against an opera like that and just literally dry peek him. No flashes, no smokes, nothing whatsoever. And that's it. The op's been dealt with. The spike's still on high mid, but that's okay. At least they've got catwalk control now. And unfortunately, because Cohesion are not playing aggressively enough, they have no information. They will put up the Cosmic Divide, which should be able to hold up players towards catwalk just back a little bit. But this can easily be dealt with. You put up a Cloudburst towards tree, maybe a Paranoia as well, and you should be able to break into his gardens. Nobody
That
mid,
is
which
true.
means the recon dot reveals nobody win, which means the players of Cohesion can actually start rotating right now. They don't need to worry about being cut off. And that's very important. Backup needs to arrive because these two players can't
30
hold back
seconds
all
left.
5 attackers by themselves. Or maybe they can! Maybe they can. The Hunter's Fury will also help them out.
Bomb grenade out.
Many of them low, and Cone finishes off what he started, but the side is falling apart, and a 3v2 retake looks difficult.
It's definitely a little bit more difficult than they would expect. And look at where Infinity. Oh, I thought he was going to run towards the defender side spawn, but he's chosen to go for a safe play. And 2 players under heaven. And now there's a crossfire set up between the players of OUTSET. And here comes the Hunter Spirit from the other side. Last round, might as well do it. And Cyrex is trying to get that kill. He gets a tag though. It's a minimum of what he's going to get. And now they know where exactly he is, and they're looking in the right direction. Omkar finds a skill, and they know where he is as well. That's the problem when you give away your position, but it doesn't matter. Infinity pops out the smoke and pops 2 heads like it was nothing. And a
Switching
rainy day,
sides.
which he's gonna give for the side of Cohesion as they put up round number 10 on the board.
I was actually impressed with Omkar's double kill as he dropped down and got that first pick onto Alex T, and then runs and guns onto the server. But then Infinity shows us even better. I mean, that double kill, it's not like they lined up for him or something, but he
Perfectly
flicked
timed.
onto the other guy's head, and that was so good.
Definitely was. I mean, you're the one. I think I want to name what Anxiety did earlier against the operator. I think I would just like to name his peak as Anxiety Peak just because, you know.
Yeah, he has no anxiety. If I had an operator train at me, I would be anxious. I would do something to, you know, negate all the advantage that the operator has and then peek him or something like that, but nah. This man, he says his name is anxiety, but he doesn't feel any sort of nervousness, no fear whatsoever on this man. Pain receptors turned off, doesn't give a damn, and he just straight up dry peeks the man.
Whew! OUTSET. They have put up a very, very convincing half. They've gone to steer clear past the 9-3 cursed scoreline. But is tended to cursed as well. You never know. Any scoreline could be cursed at any given day. If today it is Cohesion's turn to try and make that happen. Because I don't know if they've got the spells for them to conjure this curse. But I'm pretty sure that they would want to have everything that, all the variables at the very least, to try and find out. You know, maybe, have you seen those churning pots where the witches, they throw in, you know, a hair of a cat, you know, a little bit of, you know, I don't know, ginger ale, a cucumber, or whatever it is to, you know, get those potions coming and running, which I think that Cohesion might need right now.
Ginger ale and cucumber sounds like a nice combination, but then you said cat hair and I'm like, nah, I don't mess with that. Keep your potions with you. Someone's been watching too much Harry Potter.
Yeah, I had to go for it.
Spikes down.
But what
Well,
Cohesion
this
has
time
gone
it's-
for...
Yeah, it's a 5v5 retake, and this certainly looks something out of a magic book. How often do you see a spike plant without any casualties whatsoever?
Well, not too often, but right now Cohesion have got the liberty of doing that, and now they've got a OUTSET Esports who have all 5 of the players remaining, who've got a lot of utility remaining as well, and now that they've got a kill, they've got a man advantage. And look at how they flooded into the side. Oh my god! Nike, Zera and Omkar, although they do find 2 back, and Omkar's in a
Last
very good
player
position to get one,
standing.
but it doesn't matter because he's so low. And Nike Zera, playing on the back of his Swarm Grenade, is gonna have to bank upon it, and looks like he might have just done enough over here, Crips. The spike is trying to be diffused, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Last player
Cohesion have done just
standing.
enough, 0.2 seconds.
Omkar's flank was very, very important in this round. He stayed at mid and went all the way around from heaven. He was able to pick up 1 kill and then delay the defuse long enough because You see, once OS have cleared out Heaven and they have dropped into the side, they will not check that area again. They will still be focused on Gardens and towards A main. But then that push by Omkar, it made them pause for a bit. The defuse came in a little late, and then finally the nanoswarm grenades from the side of Lakhs. They did enough. They win the pistol, and we've always said that winning the pistol round is always important if you want a good half lead. So maybe they can start coming back now.
Placing
But-
swarm grenade.
OS, they've got a Marshal, and this could be a little disastrous. The Jet is already pretty low on HP,
Blocking sight.
and it seems like the side of Cohesion are taking a page straight out of OS's book. They're gonna highway into the Gardens area, but Anxiety in a one and done angle. It's called one and done for a reason. Forkum, though, can definitely get more than that. And this might just have turned on its head now. I thought that with the superior weaponry, Cohesion can actually make this work, but now Omkar catches Forkum looking in the wrong direction. And once again, Heaven plays from Omkar. Last time from mid, this time from side. They always pay off, no matter where he's coming from. But Cyrex's backstab could be important over here. Don't pick up the Spectre yet. Don't do it just yet.
Oh.
Omkar still checks it. I thought if he didn't pick up the Spectre, then Omkar wouldn't check it, but he's too aware about what's going on.
Spike planted.
He definitely wasn't. Now he knows where the player is. He's looking in the right direction. He's just waiting for that peak to come out. He's got two angles to look at. Make that a third as well, as Fired Up is tucked into that corner. And the third angle is going to be from where he's going to receive his death. As Cohesion now, they've put up 4 on the board and they've got the advantage. But now that the full buy round is going to be coming in from OUTSET, are they going to be able to handle this? Or is this going to be 11 on the board and potentially a 12th as well, given that they win on the backs of this? Because the bonus round for Cohesion, they need to win it out as good as OUTSET did in the last half, because they've got an Ares, they've got 2 Spectres, they've got 2 Vandals to work with. But is it going to be enough against the complete set of assault rifles?
I don't know, man. Maybe the rifles stand no chance against magic.
Ares?
Maybe spells. I mean, Ares is a god, and gods do have spells, so... Conspiracy?
Swarm grenade out.
Coincidence?
Maybe.
I think not.
Maybe. You think not, but guess what? Fired Up thinks that he can clear up the B side for himself and his team, and he's done that with just 1 kill. Dashes in, finds the kill, and that's all he needed. And the B side is now open for business as it goes for the plant. And Infinity, although he's coming on his backstab, I don't think he's... Oh, he's not looking in the right direction! Infinity gets caught off guard, and now OUTSET, I think they should be considering saving.
Yeah, OUTSET. They have the weapons. They can take them forward in the next round. That should be good enough. But Cohesion want to hunt them down. Look at everyone. The Spectres are actually coming in to steal the weapons. They don't want just the round. They want their souls. They want their money. They want everything. And now Cohesion walk away with more than just what they started. This is something similar that happened in the first half as well. Remember? A bonus round one. The buy round comes in from the other team, but then the team with the Spectres still wins, and then they upgrade their weapons. That's something that we saw OS pull off in the first half, and now Cohesion do the exact same thing. And given the way patterns work, Cohesion are following just in the footsteps of OS. Do you think a comeback is actually possible? I think it might just be. They've already reached halfway point at 10-5.
They have, and look at this. Beautiful plays, but Infinity blows the head of Fired Up as he punishes him for that 1 kill onto his friend, and Alex actually gets another one. Okay, OUTSET, go on then, surprise us. A few blank bullets being fired, trying to get a kill on the backs of it, or maybe a little damage as well, which he has done enough though. Cohesion, they are hurt, and they might just lose this one out. They've got 2 players with less than enough HP, as they're trying to clear up the side, and Forken, he eats a couple of bullets himself, and here goes the lockdown, I believe, which I think as soon as they enter the side should be going down. And there it is. Omkar finds the entry onto the side, but Anxiety is going to find Cone, and that's going to be a lot more difficult for Cohesion to come back from.
Yeah, no smokes available now, which means they're going to have to fight this one on market. Maybe the Cosmic Divide can save them, and this will actually help them retrieve the spike and go for the plant. But look at their HPs, they're all so damn low.
SKWow is in a good position to find maybe 1 kill or 2. He's got even his teammate joining him, which I think is going to be a little bit of a time factor. Omkar down very low, and he's going to eat the bullet to right to his head. As the last player standing now, SKWow 40 HP, and now to push him out, they've thrown in the lockdown in the 3v1. They don't want to take any chances over here, Crips. They want to push him right out, and there it is. Kill has gone in, and OUTSET have 11 on the board.
300 HP versus 40, but they still take no chances. It's almost like using it's almost like using a boot to crush an ant. That's the analogy right there. He had like 2 bullets worth of HP remaining.
Boot to kill an ant. I'm thinking about what other analogy can go with that, you know? Like, how about a... I don't want to be gory, but a building falling onto an ant.
Yeah, that is more appropriate now, isn't it?
I think the ant might survive in that situation. The ant might survive. Might survive. Not because
Ant-Man survives, but a regular ant... Anthony, his favorite best friend, yeah, he died.
Yeah, Anthony, I would say otherwise. I would say Jonathan is his best friend. You know Jonathan, Thor's hammer?
You should run.
Eh? No, Thor's hammer is called the Mjolnir, not Jonathan.
But Paul Rudd calls it Jonathan when asked about it in an interview. Never mind. But right now, Falcon's gonna answer to the questions that his team asks of him, whether he can get a kill, and he says yes. Infinity is blind. Oh, that was just for a couple of seconds, but his flash was short-lived, and so was his life, and now Cohesion have taken control of the A side, while Falcon is trying to get a kill under the heaven position where nobody from Cohesion is available, and now they're gonna get the plant down in a pretty good situation actually, as they look to put up. Oh wait, the plant didn't go down. And now it will.
No problem. I mean, 3 players were detained. Out of them, only Infinity died. I think that's a decent bargain.
Yeah.
3 for the price of 1. 2 lives saved, and the 4 versus 4 retake definitely looks possible. They've got the revival available as well. Barrier Orb? I don't think so. Oh, but Falcon, he catches Omkar, and Omkar was over-aggressing. That's a mistake. That's going to cost them, and everyone's falling apart. That is it.
I think that was the one mistake. Omkar pushing up, which I think was completely unnecessary, was the nail in the coffin of the round number 11 for them, I believe. Sorry, round number 12 actually. Match point for OUTSET, and
Match point.
Oh, Cohesion. They are not looking that great. I mean, this is definitely not a good start of the season for them. They've lost 2 games. They pulled out 1 map from each of those, which I don't think that they would have wanted. I think they would have wanted to get both of it, obviously like any other team, but I don't think they expected to give out their first map to OUTSET over here, did they, Crips?
Exactly. I mean, this was one of the easier matchups. They have many more tougher opponents to face in the league, but this was a win that was supposed to be theirs. Rip to Infinity, but hey, that's completely okay because OUTSET are about to win their very first point in the Gauntlet. Not even the very first map, the very first point. Just this is the start of the road for them. Things only get tougher from here on. But at least with this map, things get easier because Fired Up has already been picked off. It's a 4v5. And at this point, OUTSET Esports have no reason to play aggressively. They can just keep holding where they are.
Oh boy.
Omkar almost saw his life flash before his eyes because 2 people were picking him at the same time. But luckily, Anxiety had a slow orb in his hand, so he couldn't fight back. Now he can't even go for the revival because it is kind of easy to kill a person who's dead on high ground. The wall won't be enough to cover his head. Maybe he can revive him if the plant goes down, you know, in a post-plant situation. I don't think Cohesion will push them out, but Infinity's head, or rather should I say his gun barrel was visible, and Omkar picks him up through the wall. Now that the metal doors are down, he probably can go for the revive, turn it back into a 4v4.
He does that, and they were a little wary about somebody being towards the A-shot position garden, but there's nobody there, and they have the entirety of the area for themselves, and now OUTSET, they can go in for the retake. But it's definitely going to be a little bit difficult for them, as the time has already ticked by quite a bit, and SK was chiming in to get some kills of his own. He's taken down though. Anxiety is doing some work, but and also so is for Falcon, and they're going in for the defuse. Alex finds another one, and they're sticking it. Nike setup. He needs to go in for the diffuser, and he's going to go in for it. And it might just be it. Is it going to be the diffuse, or is it going to be OUTSET? Cohesion, no, it's going to be it.
Defenders.
Oh my god. That round was just as chaotic as much as my mind was, because I lost every single bit of the words that I said.
Yeah, things happen, shit happens. It's okay. OUTSET Esports, hey, congratulations, man. This is their very first point in the gauntlet. Their first win
Absolutely.
ever. And they should be pretty happy with this. And I did not expect Cohesion to pull this, honestly, because I thought they would win. Really thought they would. And they were looking pretty good when the round started. They lost a player, but they were able to get in the side. They were able to make that plant happen. But after that, it just all went downhill. And really, really good play by OUTSET Esports over here. Like they had a massive 10-2 lead. Let's take a look at the highlights soon enough. And the highlights are going to be full of frags because that's exactly what the first half was like. There was no one strategy that was working for OUTSET Esports again and again. They were doing a similar thing, not the same thing, similar. They had one on A, one on B, just push both the sides and then have most of your players positioned on mid. But then they're winning fights everywhere. And they have so many options that OUTSET Esports can really just do whatever they want. And Cohesion then have to plug too many holes in their armor. And at one point, you're going to run out of corks. So you can't plug every hole.
Yeah, that is true. Cohesion not looking like themselves in season 2 of the TEC Gauntlet. And so far, I think that they themselves are going to have to be a little bit wary about what they're doing. This is, I believe, their third match, and they've got 4 more remaining. But they need to have to win at least 3, maybe 4 to get some points on the board. Significant points, I mean by that, to find themselves at least in survival position. Because given the state of things, qualification to the playoffs looks like a little bit of a distance from their side, doesn't it, Crips?
Just sigh of relief just tells you everything you need to know about what I feel about this game. There were so many things going wrong with the side of OUTSET Esports. I mean, even in the post-plant positions in the second half, they had some mistakes which cost them the round. And it felt like every time they go in for the plant on Ace side, the side of OUTSET Esports can just burst in and take everyone down during the retake situations. But when OUTSET Esports themselves are on the attacking side, Cohesion Esports were able to pull off multi-kills upon multi-kills on A retakes, but then they always got ruined by a flax. Like, take a look at this one. Poor Forkin. Like, he did not even know he was going to get a free kill, but then he sees the Soa just use the Hunter's Fury in front of him, and you're like, oh, okay then, thank you, I guess.
Yeah, Cohesion, their first half was just, I don't even know what to say, man. I mean, I really thought that this team was going to pull off a 2-0, but clearly looks like the gods are favoring your side today, Cribs. Or maybe I would like to say OUTSET side today more so. And I'm absolutely happy about that. I would love to see a team that has been struggling for some time to come out on top, have a great game themselves, and this definitely was a great game for OUTSET. And the fact that they defeated the side of Cohesion 13-5 says a lot more, because that is a pretty dominating victory upon a side that almost qualified for the playoffs last season and had actually put up a pretty decent performance against the top tier teams as well.
Yeah, this was a great performance from the side of OUTSET Esports. I hope they can pull it off in the next map as well, because that's going to be Haven, a significantly tougher map than Ascent compared to the strategy. And given how OUTSET Esports were just winning frags everywhere on Ascent, if they keep up that pace, then I think it's going to be easier for them on Haven, because, winning frags everywhere on Haven will give you a lot more map control than Ascent. I mean, a single frag on Haven, if you're on the attacking side, means so much more than it means on Ascent, because rotations on Ascent are relatively easier. On Haven, there's a million ways to cut them off. And ladies and gentlemen, we might just see an upset today. I know that Cohesion were the more preferred team over here because they have more wins than OUTSET, but then none of them have been able to win an entire game. They've won maps, sure, but they haven't been able to win an entire game. Maybe this will change. Maybe the whole narrative of the tournament will change today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back with map number 2, Haven, after just a tiny, tiny break. You guys are watching LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. But before we leave, Universe, any final thoughts about this game?
I think that this is a game where it should have been a cohesion game for the taking, given the fact that these guys have experience. But clearly, OUTSET have come in and upset them, and this could be something that, like you said, that changes the narrative of the tournament. Because if OUTSET win this, they've got 2 points on the board with just one game, and they're gonna go level with Cohesion might just be above them as well because they've got one win. So well, we're going to have a little bit of time to see how exactly it's going to turn out as OUTSET are going to try to win against Cohesion, and we are now going to head into that small little break as we are going to see you on the other side if or not OUTSET are going to get the first victory, or is it going to be Cohesion to get their first victory.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. Cohesion versus OUTSET. Now, OUTSET have caused a little bit of an upset by winning the first game on Ascent. And this was a pretty dominating victory. Like, they had a 10-2 lead in the first half, and then it went on to 13-5. Like, what? This was completely unexpected. It was their map pick, given. But Cohesion have already secured more points in the gauntlet than OUTSET, and that kind of made them seem like the stronger team for a little bit. But now that we're heading into Haven, do you think OUTSET will still be able to win, or do you think Cohesion will win their own map and then Bind will be the one that decides the winner?
Honestly, I'm not too sure what exactly is going to happen. Cohesion might just pull out Haven, given the fact that, we've seen them play on this map before. They have been pretty good, and they've tried to do a lot of different things, yeah, for sure. But right now, we're going to have to see what exactly is going to be the game plan in terms of agents for these guys. And that's probably going to give us a little bit of an insight as to who might just win. Alex has gone for the Jet, and Anxiety is locked in the Sage as usual. Infinity, this time, going for the Astra. And Cohen has locked in the Sova, while Nightzera has gone for Killjoy. Pretty much similar as to what happened last time around. And I think they're not changing the lineup from Ascent to Haven, except SK. Wow, okay. I don't think he's lingering on to that Metallic Soldier for long. He might just go for... Oh, Omen, okay. Alright. Does he want to take Omkar's place? Nah, he's going for the raise.
The only difference that we see from outside Esports is that Infinity has picked up the Astra instead of Omen. But SKW still doesn't have his controller set out for him. He's going to pick up a duelist instead. So it's a double duelist from the side of Cohesion. Okay, that could be interesting. We have seen them do this in the previous map as well. So that doesn't really come as a surprise. But then, I don't know, man. The Phoenix could be a good choice if you combine his flashes along with more aggression towards the mid area, particularly, garage plus mid push, fired up, SKW using the curveballs perfectly to put them out of the garage doors. And, it's I think it's the best place to use them. I mean, you can easily line them up and whatnot, but then again, the double duelist did not work for them last time. May or may not work with them this time around, but it's their map pick, so they know better.
I hope they do, because they've got an outside Esports who are looking pretty confident at this point. They've gone with the exact same lineup as Ascent, and I don't know how that's going to work out for them. A single duelist on Haven, a little bit of a up and down matter, but if it works out for them, fair enough. They don't have any flashers this time, though. That is something that we need to keep in mind. Not a single flasher on the side of outside Esports, whereas on the other side of things, we've got a Phoenix who could be the difference as well, because the double duelist setup, on Haven, on attacking especially, could cause a lot more menace than I think they were expecting OUTSET.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see which one of these teams comes out on top as we jump into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the game's about to go live. We have OUTSET Esports starting on defense and Cohesion on attack. Let's go.
Placing swarm grenade.
Let's go indeed. Team Cohesion, they need to make sure that they find a way to get an early advantage, or else it's going to be OUTSET to climb all over their mountain and, put their flag right on top. And now they already have an idea about what's going to happen. Look at the rotations. Alex pushed up, and they know that Garage and C is being hit. Poken's going to hold on for as long as he can as the dash comes in. Anxiety goes for the wall, trying to get the kill, but he's not going to be able to find any success. You know where he is, but Anxiety actually finds the jumping fired up. Let's give out, trying to come out from Garage. He's going to find two players to face off against him. Actually, make that three. And now Falcon, aware of what was happening, but not able to succeed upon what he could have done better, I feel. The B side has been taken by them, but what they don't know that there is still Alex to deal with. He is towards the attacking defender side spawn. He gets a kill, dashes away into his own smoke, and he's done enough for the team. He just needs to wait out for the rest of his teammates to come in and help him out, because in a 2v4 where both the players of Cohesion are completely split apart in two different directions, I don't think that they stand a chance to win this unless they can, you know, I would like to say
30
divide and
seconds
conquer,
left.
but that too is a very difficult matter right now.
There's a clear miscommunication between the players of Cohesion. We saw them trying to go for a C push, but the moment Anxiety put up that barrier, Rob, it was all ruined. They could not trade in the jet, and they just passed each other. There's very little time left. The plant is going on
10
towards the
seconds
C
left.
side, and the Killjoy is
Spike
just here
planted.
trying to take down the jet. Once she does deal with
player
Alex T, he
standing.
can't even deal with that! No!
That's gonna
And
hurt
Cole-
him.
Korn is gonna die in like one bullet. He's got barely any HP left.
Corn. He's tucked in the corner. If not checked, could be dangerous, but he is checked and a little bit. Oh wait, Infinity got that kill actually. I thought
Was that important?
I thought it was gonna be Cyrex, but Cyrex ate a bullet to his head and could not finish that kill, but that's okay. Outside, they anyhow win that pistol, and I think they're gonna be pretty much okay with that, as now they have the advantage.
Yeah, and Cohesion had a clear line of they had a line of victory, but no, they had a massive communication breakdown. The moment that wall goes up, fired up can't be traded out. He died. The players, instead of going towards the side, decided to fall back. But guess what? The players in Garage fell back. The spike was still on C long, which means at that point, Nayax and who's the other guy with him? I believe it was just him and one more player. I think it was SKY or someone. Or they both fell back. Oh, it was the Sova. So yeah, Nayax and Cone, they basically started to fall back towards the B side, and they tried to go towards A, but the spike was still trapped on C long, which means they were split apart. And then all that Nayax could do was just basically act as distraction and hope that he would be able to grant him a clear line of sight to plan on the C side. I mean, they tried to adjust, but it was a massive breakdown in communication. The spike was away from the remaining teammates, and yeah, it all just fell apart. That was a disaster. And if this problem keeps up, then Cohesion will have absolutely no chance of winning this game. This was a massive mistake which was easily avoidable too. Fast push towards the B side, the gravity well and swarm grenade combination make both of them vulnerable. At least they don't both go down. One player still lives, and Plant will come through.
Spike's down.
This force spy from Cohesion could just be what they need to assert onto the side of OUTSET Esports, as a 3v4 retake is in position or play where Cohesion have the man advantage. Cyrex to get some information for his team. I just find it, he reveals a few players. Alex finds one. Omkar is actually going to find one himself. Fired to trade back, and now in the 3v1, Cone is going to come in and flank Cyrex as he gets the kill. And Cohesion have round number 1 for themselves on the board, and it looks like they want to give a fight here, Crips, and they want to do it right off the bat.
So many things. It was okay. They somehow managed to pull it off, but I don't think this is sustainable, honestly. They need something more concrete. Now that both the teams are, you know, trading rounds with each other back and forth, Cohesion finally have been able to put up a better buy. They have Spectres and Phantoms, whereas the other side of OS only have a bunch of Sheriffs and Marshals. Classics even on Anxiety and Cyrex.
Down.
But that doesn't mean they're afraid of pushing. Look at how aggressively Infinity wants to play on mid. He's already down on window, and because there's too much aggression on mid, Cohesion respond by taking the C site. And it's gone uncontested, so this is definitely going to have to be a 5v5 retake.
Yeah, this definitely is going to be a 5v5 retake, which I don't think that OUTSET are going to be successful in
Spike
getting
planted.
in. They've got pistols and just one Marshal in hands of Alex T. And Cone and Omkar are making short work of the people who are wielding the pistols. As SKY gets another, and they see go around
One enemy
one
remaining.
kill. Alex,
What is that smoke?
I don't know. I do not know. Maybe being the Astra, he was trying a one-way smoke. Like, you know, maybe he thought what you said about the Omen. He said, you can do it with the Omen, I can do it with the Astra. I'll show you what I can do, please.
Well, he showed me something that I certainly don't know what to make sense of. But hey, as long as they're winning rounds, it's all good. It's all G. Now that Anxiety and his teammates will have better weaponry, let's see what they decide to do. They've got the operator on Alex too.
Placing alarm bot.
Now, I do expect them to play aggressively. Keep in mind that in the pistol, Alex T was able to push all the way up on A long and get control of this region, enabling the backstab before the plant even happened. If the similar thing continues this time around, that will be great. Both Alex D and Cyrex are going to be playing from the side of A long, and unfortunately, that's where most of these guys, Cohesion, are also positioned. Oh, they're not even trying to mask their footsteps. They're just straight up running upstairs. They want Cohesion to know that A long is not available. They want Cohesion to go elsewhere. And their prayers will be answered. Cohesion are once again about to hit B. It worked for them before. Why not this time as well? Fired up, isolated. Spike has been
Spike
cut
down,
loose.
B.
And there's no way to retrieve it. They're going to have to push this Nebula and then break the orb as well. So, yeah, this is just going from bad to worse. Alex D picks up Omkar towards long, the only person who could have helped them in this round, because now without Omkar, there's no smokes available, and they will have to rely nothing on the pure aim to win this one, and the crossfire is just not breaking. It's falling apart. This is a disaster.
This round is done and dusted for sure. Cohesion are going to lose this one. It's going to be OUTSET to put up number 2 on the board. There it is. But I do want to point out one thing. What was Fired Up thinking? He ran into a B side with completely unguarded. He was alone there. He had absolutely no cover. There could have been maybe all 5 players on site for all he cares. He went straight for the plant without even his own cloudburst. And
Here.
I don't know what the thought process behind that was. That I know that he wanted to get the plan and dash away. Yeah, but that makes sense. But you have to expect that there's going to be other players around you as well, and that kind of threw them off, I guess.
I think if Fired Up wanted to go ahead and plant, but then his teammates were supposed to follow behind him, that did not happen because of the gravity well. That probably could be the case. And now, take a look at the amount of utility that OS has put up on the B side. There's like alarm bots, there's nanoswarm grenades, there's Astra Stars, all positioned on the mouth of the B entrance. They do not want them to go towards B once again. And they'll listen to them. They're trying to go towards A instead. Luckily, this time, Alex D isn't present. Alex D is instead looking towards Garage, where Omkar might just die once again. And if Omkar dies, there's no more smokes available. Oh my goodness, they're running back, paying dividends. They're actually getting all the kills. And with this, they have liberated the A site. The spikes should be going down.
Oh, Omkar,
Spike planted.
you sneaky little fella. He hears the rotation, he hears the backstab, and he's gone and informed his teammate. But it doesn't matter because he's already got a head over here, Anxiety. And he knows that there's one player towards A shot. He knows that he might get flanked himself. As Nike's gonna push down his own lockdown, and it's gonna be another flank. Omkar, he's gonna give his team advantage. Foken on the side, trying to find anything and everything that he can. And they are definitely gonna get detained. Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay, he's gonna get flanked as well. Okay. Alright, and he's gonna kill him with a Molotov.
This is disrespect. They had a little bit of a desperation moment over there. If they did not go in for the retake immediately, then they would never have been able to win the round. If they went in and they got delayed, they would have been detained. So it was a lose-lose for them anyway. They were just hoping that they would be able to barge into shot, break the lockdown in time, but that did not happen. And they both got detained. They both got taken down in humiliating ways. And what was even worse was that Omkar was able to successfully backstab them from behind. If Omkar did not come in, then this push probably could have been possible because OS had decent enough.
Oh boy. OUTSET. Yeah, I mean, it is an eco, so I don't expect them to chime out too much of damage on the side of Cohesion. Definitely not a round victory. SK Wow getting around every single corner he can to get the kills, and he's gonna find both of those players on the C side. Cyrex, he is gonna go past that turret of its range, of its vision, but Fired Up's vision is something that he cannot escape as he takes him down. It's gonna be a very clean round for Cohesion as they put up round number 4 on the board. It looks like they want to take us to map number 3 over here, Clips.
If we do go to map number 3, this will be a very chaotic battle. 2 to 4, both the teams have a decent amount of advantage right now. Economic situation kind of equalized, except Omkar has still a Spectre in his hands, even though he can upgrade to better weapons. Fired Up is the one who upgrades to an op, so that's all nice. Both the teams can actually win this round. I mean, they have an equal amount of advantage, but so far what's been working for the side of OS is that they're able to take A long control, and then they don't have to worry about the A side anymore. They can just place one player over there and let the other players rotate. This time they're not going for that long control right yet. Alex is still holding back. He hasn't pushed up yet, and that's because Cohesion have been responding by holding their defaults as well. After holding defaults, Cohesion prefer to go towards the B side. At least that's what they did in the last 2-3 rounds. So that's a pattern that's emerging right now.
Yeah, there definitely is. And now, Cohesion, although they've got the advantage and they're looking to exploit it a little bit more, as Cyrex and Kone are going to be exchanging the owl drones in the garage position, there is a little bit of information that is given across on both ends. And they know that SK WoW is locked up in the garage, and that reload is going to confirm the sound queue as well. Cyrex, he's going to take down that recon, but what they don't know is that Fired Up is out on the corner and he might just find the kill. Oh, I thought Anxiety was going to peek that, but he knows better than what to do. The slow up might have gone wrong, but he knows that his life is something that's a little more valuable to him than a wrong slow up. As they run into B, and Fired Up's patience is going to give him a little bit of a fruit. Is he going to give more though? Because Cohesion have already lost 2 men compared to OUTSET's 1. The plant might go down, but the retake is definitely going to be a lot more easier for Cohesion. Alex is going to blow Fired Up's head. Nightzera is going to eat the shot dart. He's got 3 players in front of him, of 2 of whom he actually takes down. But the spike is not going to go down, as Omkar on the flank has got nothing to do but probably save the operator.
Omkar has always been coming in from the flanking areas. He's been fairly successful in the last few rounds, but this time he failed. He was a bit too late. In fact, the entirety of Cohesion was a little late. They held their defaults for a bit too long. They took garage control first, and then they went towards B. Now, this has been telegraphed in the past. Every time Cohesion take garage control, they don't necessarily go towards the C site. They sometimes have the option to fall back and go towards B, and this is what they've done in the past. So OS did not even care about losing garage. They just figured out they were there. Okay, you let them have that control of garage. We don't care about it. We will reinforce the B side instead. And you can see that all the players of OS were prepared for that B push. They were in position to shut them down. And that's what happened. That's how Cohesion lost that round. Plus, the fact that Omkar was busy flanking and could not really help his teammates out with placing stars correctly, that also was a little bit of a deterrent.
Yeah, I mean, OUTSET Esports, they did a pretty good job of holding it down. Fired Up, although he got that first initial kill, the rest of his team trying to push into that B side got punished for it. There was a lot of utility, like you said that they were placing it for at least for 2-3 rounds, and they knew that the B side is somewhere that clearly Cohesion Esports are finding success on, so they do not want them to find anything more. And this was a round to establish the same. They got it down. Cohesion have given a round away, but that's okay, I feel, because they still have a bye coming into this round, and I think they might just have another one into the next one as well because of the economy that they've built up. Nightzera, even though he's bought up a weapon and so has Fired Up, they still have almost 5,000 credits respectively, so they're going to be able to buy up for at least 2 rounds, I believe, even if they lose it out. So they're going to be pretty much okay over here, Cohesion. As OUTSET, they have their work cut out for them, because if they lose this round, I feel like another eco might just be on the cards.
Yeah, at this point, OUTSET are the ones on the back foot, not only in terms of score, but also in terms of fragile economy. Cohesion can probably survive a blow or 2. They can survive a round loss, but not OUTSET. They can't do that.
They can't afford it. And now we have a little bit of a pause, which I think should be resuming pretty quickly, ladies and gentlemen. We have SK WoW, who's having a little bit of a issue in terms of tech. So he has disconnected, but he will be back pretty soon. But not to worry, because Team Cohesion, I really hope that this pause doesn't throw them off guard, because the momentum was looking pretty good, and this first half is, well, obviously much better than their first half on Ascent, and it definitely, is giving them a little bit more confidence to play along with. But I do want to ask you this, Crips. Do you think that we might see a map 3, or are you gonna call it OUTSET? This definitely is gonna be a little bit hard fought, I believe. It's we're gonna have to see what happens in second half, whether or not this map's gonna go to the third map, or is it going to be settled 2-0? But what do you think?
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
OUTSET it is. I think I might just have to tend towards your side of the cookie and the way it crumbles.
Stay on your side, honey. Nah. You're not getting back there. You picked Cohesion 2-0 at the start. You can't change sides. That's not happening.
Hey, all right, okay, I'll take it. But you know, sometimes you rather want to eat the cookie while dipping into the milk than just eating it by itself. So I think your milk,
I am
your glass of milk,
fine.
your glass of milk is a little warmer than mine right now.
Yeah, the grass is always greener on the other side. The milk is always warmer on the other side. But hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I like my things crisp. I like my cookies crisp. I don't dip them in milk.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll give you that. I mean,
In fact, I wish producers
Parle
could...
G and milk is a good combination. Okay.
Parle-G is not a cookie, sir. It's a biscuit. I mean, I wish producers could show our cameras right now. We're going to go on a little break, ladies and gentlemen, because the technical issues from the side of the players are still going on. But producers, I have a request. Please show me on camera. I have something for Universe which will make him a little jealous.
Oh my word. Yeah, go on.
I have a box of cookies.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you had your fun. You've had your fun. All right. It's okay. That if that's the way the cookie crumbles, I don't mind if it's in your mouth or in a glass of milk. Anyway, though, we're gonna have a small break, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna be right back in just a few minutes. Unfortunately, we have a tech issue that is something that happens to pretty much every one of us. So we're gonna be right back. Do not go anywhere. We're gonna be back with Cohesion versus OUTSET. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. After watching Crips eat that cookie in front of my eyes, I'm feeling a little bit of redemption moment over here. Come on, Cohesion. Give me something that I might need to have a cookie for. So they do have the lead right now. They have a 4-3 scoreline up for them in their favor. Are they going to be able to capitalize upon it is the question, because SK WoW is back in the server and we've got some work to do. OUTSET, they look like they want to do a little bit extra bit of aggression over here. They've sent anxiety in the matter of Battle Sage, I feel. And Omkar, I don't know if he expects it, but the side of Cohesion, they're treading lightly towards the A side. And I think anxiety right now is the owl drone that they need to get all the information that they want. He's sitting in the position to cut off rotations. He's sitting in the position to get information. And look at what that's done for his team. All three players who were towards B and A are now concentrated towards A, while there's one player left towards C, and that is the Astra. Anxiety finds one head, just taps onto fire. Alex finds another.
Last
Nice.
player
Almost gonna get one. The last player standing is going to be just Zera as he finds a 2K, but that's not gonna be enough as Cohesion are gonna give away round number 4 to OUTSET, and it is OUTSET with a beautiful round indeed.
Dude, what is going on? Literally, what is going on? There's defenders in attacking spawn, not even 30 seconds into the round, and these guys are on the backside before the plant even comes through. This is ridiculous, honestly.
It is ridiculous, and OUTSET Esports have got 4 ultimates as a result of that ridiculousness compared to Cohesion's 3. And Anxiety is going for another mid push. Okay, decides against it. I thought he was gonna push down through, but he's not going to. And now, the side of Cohesion look like they want to hit C. They've got the spike over here in the hands of Korn, and he's gonna throw in his ever so handy owl drone as well to get some information for his team.
Joke's over.
And here comes the runner pack. There's another ultimate being committed over here on the side of Cohesion. They've got 4 available themselves now, and SKY is gonna find success with that runner back. They found C-side, but what they don't know is that Infinity and Anxiety are right on the corner, and they're cleaning up shop.
Jesus, that was fast. The rotations were super quick, and the run it back did cause some havoc, but it was quickly dealt with.
I mean,
Damn.
is it I do want to ask a question. Is it a flawless if you have a revive coming in and you still have 5 players alive? Do you consider that
Yeah.
flawless?
Yeah, I'll say yeah, only because SK Wow also was able to get a kill with his extra life. So yeah, if both the sides use an extra life, you can call it a flawless. That's fair.
6v6 you would say.
It is what it is, I guess. But 5-4, and after winning like 4 rounds, these guys have lost the lead, and Cohesion in a little bit of trouble once again. OUTSET Esports looking very comfortable. The op has been found, but he can't fall back to safety. Yes, he will. Just in time. Dashes back.
Yeah.
Rotations come through. 3 defenders available on the A side. Now the defense should be strong enough. There is a backstabber in the form of Anxiety, but he's going to be sent back by Omkar. So, yeah, no more backstabs coming through. Lockdown will be destroyed by the Hunter's Fury, and they need to protect Cyrex. The bodyguards of Cyrex are very, very good. He stays alive, and he's able to pick up more damage all throughout the round. And with just 56 seconds left, they have no option of falling back at this point.
They absolutely don't. 3 players of Cohesion, and all 3 of them are towards A. One of them is a little far behind, but 2 players are stuck in this A short position, which I don't think is pretty viable for them. Anxiety is looking for that cross. He knows where one is. Throws in another slow up for them. And they're just keeping them in this corner for as long as possible. And here comes the gravity wall as well. They're just doing everything they can. Alex, he does not want to go for the white P because he knows there's 2 players over there. And they're trying to aggress over here. One of them finds success, but he goes down as well. Korn has left his teammate. Oh, wait, look at this. Oh, Infinity.
Bottom?
No, he didn't. He has absolutely no
10
idea.
seconds left.
And that just could be the end of the round. Ooh, look at this Omkar. He has no time to work with, but he's going to get the kill. And they don't need to do anything else now. They just need to stay alive. Omkar's luck. Again.
Last player
Too
standing.
late, Crips. And even though how many ever kills he gets, the operator he saves, which happens yet again. There's nothing else he can do. There's no round that he can win. As the round is already done and dusted in Cohesion. Another, I think, round which could have and should have probably gone in their favor. Just absolutely blown apart from OUTSET.
Yeah, Omkar has been pretty late on these lurks, and this is not the first time he's done this. This has happened 2 times on the A side, once on B, and yeah, this is just not working out for him. He's been able to provide backup to his team with his Astra utility, but not his presence itself. And that's one thing that most Astra players struggle with, that is to stay with their team because they need to be in a safe position to use their utility. And usually that's not possible when you're in the middle of a battle. Once again, a garage push, but they take garage control and they fall back. They don't stay there. This is something good. We have seen this before from the side of Cohesion. They take garage control and usually they follow it up by going B. This time it seems like they're going A instead, so that's a little change. But if Anxiety catches one player over here, that would be great. The drone being sent towards A shot will actually force everyone to look in that direction. And now if Anxiety peeks, he can actually catch someone off guard. Nobody is watching C.
Nobody is. Even the turret is not going to look at him, and that could be his advantage. But he's wary of that turret because he thinks that it might be looking in his direction. And now he finally is moving up ahead a little. He might just find Omkar. The Cosmic Divide comes in from the defensive side. They do not want to let them come into this A side. Cyrex is ready with the recon, and he's going to throw it in as soon as he hears any sort of footsteps. He goes in for it now. He throws in the recon. Does not detect anybody actually. Wait, what? How did the recon not detect anybody?
Other side of the Cosmic Divide, maybe? I don't really know. It did seem like it was on the first side, so should have been able to detect. But this time, in the 2 versus 3, finally we might see Cohesion win a round. Unless, of course, the Blade Storm goes through. The flash, it's not perfect, but it's allowed Anxiety to get the kill. Oh my goodness, Alex T. Just Korean jet action up in the air. He's able to get 2. 1 more remaining, and he knows exactly where his nemesis is. Fake defuse. Let's see if he falls for the bait. He definitely does not. Now that Lakhs has given up a sound cue. Cloud burst and defuse. Half defuse will be possible. And he's now still waiting for his opponent, but Fired Up has walked all the way behind him with that.
I would have loved to see in a Jet, Blade Storm clutch 1v3. Alex T could have made it possible. We know how good he is, Harsh, but unfortunately this time could not showcase his skill to get the clutch. He expected him at the wrong position. He thought he would be very aggressive, but Fired Up was just playing as passively as he needed to. And they have got around Cohesion. 6-5 now. Pretty even scoreline in on Haven over here. Let's see how that turns out in the second half, because now that the last round has come in, it's either for OUTSET to get an advantage or Cohesion to level things up, as they look like they want to hit the A side. They've got all 5 players over here, as Koan is clearing out corners for them, and so is Cyrex as he sends out his drone, and they're going to be tagging each other's drones. As another run it back comes for SK. Okay, how many times is this guy going to run it back? This time it's not going to be successful. He's not going to get the kill that he wants, as the players of OUTSET have got 5 committed over here. One of them watching the backstab. 2 of them actually go back now that they realize what they've done. And Cohesion are still lingering over here. And finally the spike goes back as they leave Fired Up to cause some damage.
Yeah, Fired Up gonna be the distraction over here, but once they hear him fall back, this will be evident that it's a C push instead. You can see that the players of OS are starting to move into its C already. And they've got only Alex T present over here with the operator holding the cross. If anyone overpeaks, that's going to be the end of them. And now that he's spotted most of them, he will be happy with just getting a kill and relinquishing the site for the retake. His teammates have everything to work with. They even have the lockdown available, but it can be countered with the Hunter's Fury. Oh my goodness, Cohesion. They're taking matters into their own hands. They're pushing above and beyond of what's required. And SK WoW is clearing up the entire defender entrance. This will be great. At this point, they don't need to worry about anything. The lockdown will force everyone away, and the last one grenades will be destroyed. But one grenade still survives. It's going to be activated, but still plenty of time remaining for the players of Cohesion. Oh my god, Anxiety. He can't do anything. As Fired Up is doing everything over here. I also love the fact that Cone saved his Hunter's Fury. Did not use it to destroy the lockdown right away, but he saved it for the post-plant situation. So that's just extra insurance going in the favor of Cohesion. But now that they're on the defensive side, let's see what they've got in store for us.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be difficult for the side of OUTSET to, do something different in the side of... I mean, we saw them that they had a lot of similarity on the Ascent attacking side that they did. Similarity being the main word, not exactly the same like you said. Are they going to be able to do that now? Because the defensive side of Cohesion actually on Haven, which I saw last time, was pretty formidable. So I'm not quite sure how easy it is going to be for them. This pistol win could be a catalyst for them. Okay, Alex, he's choosing to go for a pretty different approach. He's pulled out the Sheriff now. Is that going to be doom or gloom? For now, it is Cyrex to find some gloom as he takes down Fired Up, and man advantage pretty early in the round for OUTSET, and they do not want to act upon it at all.
Yeah, they got the pick. They'll safely fall back. They'll go elsewhere. They're pretty happy with whatever's happened. OUTSET Esports, they've been spotted towards C right now, and the rotations from the players of Cohesion is coming through. But still, 2 of the players will stay towards A and B respectively.
Wait, what?
Anxiety moves all the way in towards the garage entrance, unspotted. Finally, he'll be dealt with by Nyx, but then there's so many people double peeking him. He never really stood a chance.
Placing swarm grenade.
Easy plant for the side of OS over here.
I think SK Wow probably
Spike
lagged
planted.
out. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone off the server. That's exactly why he
Player
gave away his life
standing.
in such a unknowing manner. Just walked into the bullets, and the last kill is gonna be Cone, which came in the hands by the hands of Infinity. And yeah, OUTSET Esports, they won the pistol. They were lucky to win that, honestly, because I don't think if SK Wow was still alive and connected onto the server, that they were gonna have that much of an easy fight towards the C site. So Cohesion, they have a player who's not. Wait, I think he's back already, though. Oh yeah, he is back. Yeah, he's back.
But he's
Cohesion.
playing from his mobile internet.
Ooh. Wait, no, he still has 16 ping, though. I think he's okay. I think he's fine. Mobile internet for the win. Hey, never count out the days that we used to play with the hotspots.
I never played with a hotspot. I was lucky enough to not have that problem.
Oh, well, I remember the days of 80 ping, 90 ping, 100 ping with the mobile hotspot, and then just when, you know, the service providers choose to, hey, you know what, we're gonna cut off your plan right now. It's gonna be immediate disconnect, and yeah, all that happened.
Deploying
But right
drone.
now, I don't think that's gonna happen on the side of OUTSET Esports, because they've got the advantage, and all their players are looking like they want to run into C. And Nyx is gonna call that out to his team, but I don't think this eco is gonna work out for them pretty well.
Oh my god, brave moves from Nyx. Unfortunately, there's a barrier up right behind him, which means no follow-ups. And the Nebula comes through as well, and it's just so ugly the way Forkin is dealing with Omkar. Yeah, this eco round is basically done and dusted.
Yeah, pretty
Unless
much
LSD goes on a wild goose chase. Nah, he won't. He'll be put down right underneath.
Yeah. Now, OUTSET Esports, they got a pretty easy and convincing round, given that Cohesion did have an eco, and they're gonna be happy with the number 8 that they've put up. So, OUTSET, now it's time for you for you to show us what you can actually do. You've got the bonus round. It's Haven. It's close fights that you need to take against the rifles of Cohesion. Are you going to be able to win this one out? What are you going to do? Brute force your way into A, take close corners at A shot maybe, or come right up into B and get your things done the way that Cohesion are doing? Okay, Alex, he eats the recon to his body, but that's okay. OUTSET, it's your card to play now.
Yeah, they're playing a default of sorts. They don't want to commit towards anything yet. Commitment phobia. Now, where have I seen that before? That's a joke for another day.
Deploying
For
drone.
now, after destroying the alarm bot on Garage and showing their presence, they will throw the drone on A, which is basically gonna keep OUTSET Esports just guessing. And oh my goodness, that's what happens when you don't check your angles. Fired up on the high ground, they'll be able to deal with the other jet. Jet if right there, but after losing a player on A, they're trying to go into B as well, and unfortunately there's just way too many people available over here, which means Anxiety gets triple peaked. He gets picked apart from all the directions, but Infinity has sneaked into C. This could be big over here now. He's gonna tell his Sova to bring the spike over here, while Forkin remains inside Garage. Smoke comes through. There should be a clear enough indication for the side of Cohesion that C site is lost already, but they won't contest it. In fact, they're just gonna let this go. They'll go for the
30
retake
seconds
instead.
left.
They've got the man advantage. They have no idea to give it up by pushing right now.
That is true. OUTSET, they have the man disadvantage, but are they going to be good enough for this? It is something that we know that they can do, but 3v5, still a tall order to ask. Fired Up is coming on the flank as well, and this could be a little bit problematic. Forkin,
Placing sentry.
he just let it. Infinity, both of them over here. They're looking at Omkar, who is a low HP player. And Cyrex actually finds one. Infinity finds one as well. They're making this happen. Forkin gets another one. OUTSET Esports are doing the work that they need to do. And I don't know how, but Cohesion have fallen apart, but they still get the round.
Never give up.
No! Forkin!
The spike was planted at the corner of that box from an angle where the players in Garage will not be able to see it. I love the way OUTSET were able to adjust post-plant, but they just did not account for the spike's position. So what happened is, if they stayed on the site, they would have all died. If they went towards C-Long, which is something that Cohesion would have expected them to do. They would have got pinched because there was a backstab coming in as well. So they only left Cyrex over there inside the cubby position where the others decided to take Garage. And after taking Garage, they climbed up the window and went all the way around the main defender entrance and came in as a backstab. This is the perfect way to deal with a disadvantage. You take control of one place and give up the other. And that was a good way to deal with this man disadvantage, but they couldn't stop the defuse from happening and they lost the round. Once again, Fired Up is able to take a kill on a shot. Last time he did it from top of the box. This time he did it from the bottom of sewers. Position's different, but the result is still the same. It's Cyrex dead. No information available now for the side of OS.
Here.
Available indeed. OUTSET. They need to do something and they need to do it fast. And Anxiety is going to actually answer that question, that statement, as he finds the first kill finally for his team. And he's pretty much acting like the battle sage at this point. As oh, look at this. Nike Zera's actually given up C and he's crawled in Infinity. And he might just find his head.
How many times will Infinity actually manage to sneak inside? This is the third time in a row. And the trigger discipline is amazing. He catches SK Wow, but at least Nyx, he negates the damage. He deals with them before it's too late. But now that most of Cohesion are confused whether the actual hit is coming towards A or C, they will be forced to give up this side. They can't stop the plant.
Yeah, they certainly can't. Anxiety might have eaten a couple of bullets, but I think he's going to be okay. Tucks himself towards the defender side entrance. And he's got a player with an Ares around the corner. He's trying to spray it down the other one, but it's not going to work. Cohesion, 2v2. Falcon, he needs to pull another one out of the back, but the defender side, Killjoy, has put down the lockdown. Although Nike Zera's on 6 HP, he could just get this done for his team. All he needs is one touch from that side of the Lion Swarm, but it doesn't matter. The bullets come in from Alex. Another last man standing. Look at this. The half defuse. He's going in for another clutch, but it's not going to happen. This time he needs to get off the defuse because Alex is around the corner and he is going to clutch out the round. Not again, he says, as Cohesion put up 9 on the board. And honestly, these rounds are getting far too close for comfort for either side, I believe, Crips.
Exactly. What's even more uncomfortable is that OS are able to get into all these positions without being checked. This is like the second time in a row Infinity has been able to move into the C side without being spotted. Third time overall in the entire game. So yeah, this is something that's working for the side of OS. What's even more is that when they tried to go in towards the A side, they were now confused. Cohesion was confused whether the actual hit is towards C or towards A. So they took a little bit of time. Both the teams used their lockdown, and in the end, Cone tried to stick the defuse like he did last time, but he failed.
He did. Now, said they're fighting off against a fired up with knives. The Blade Storm not going to work out in his favor. He does give out damage, but that's all he's going to find. As Infinity is up to his no good tricks again, and Nike Zera has an idea about it.
One and done.
Oh, he has an idea. He knew exactly what he was doing. And this eco, I mean, it's just a matter of time before it falls apart, right?
Without a star, I cannot.
Yeah, just a matter of time before OS get to 10 points. This barrier up sets up a little crossfire. The player in the back of side and one near logs can set up a nice crossfire. We've seen this in VCD Masters in Reykjavik, and I'm glad to see that Indian teams are adapting it as well.
Revealing area. Found them.
Most certainly. Cyrex has the advantage onto SK Wow. Gets blinded, but doesn't matter because he's got the better weapon. Doesn't even matter that he's low on HP. As a flawless round comes in for the side of OUTSET. 10-7 in Cohesion. Ooh, they're slipping down a slide over here, Crips, and it doesn't look like they have any sort of friction to help themselves from.
Yeah. No friction available to stop this slide. No traction available to pick up the base. Wow, we're whipping out terms like we're playing NFS over here or something.
NFS?
Yeah, I mean, traction is something that I learned from NFS.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, fair enough.
it was a
Traction,
concept
friction.
in my 10th grade science class as well, but NFS taught me better.
Oh, talking about science.
Teach you people. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh shit. Please forget I said that. I forgot. I could have
No,
opened the
I mean-
Pandora's box over there.
Hey, it is the science joke boy over here with you guys. Don't forget that. It's been a while since I put one. So
This is not Big Bang Theory, please.
it might be if OUTSET hit on. I mean, they completely dismantle Cohesion right now. It could definitely be a Big Bang Theory. But 13-7 scoreline. I wouldn't say it's a Big Bang Theory, but definitely a Small Bang Theory.
God. I don't know how to deal with these jokes, but Cohesion don't know how to deal with this take. They've been shut down from the site. And Anxiety holding this very cheeky angle will definitely keep A main in check, but no, he's killed by SK Wow, who is a very brave person, just using his curveballs to go everywhere, leaving up so much room for his team. Diffuse is being stuck, it's covered by the Nebula, and Omkar doesn't care. The Hunter's Fury kills him at the last moment, but the half defense is already done. They don't need to worry too much, they just need to pick up these fights and go for it. They need to stick it, but Alex T is denying everything. This is done! It's over! Everything that SK Wow did to give his team an advantage has gone to waste as the Hunter's Fury decimates them all.
Wow, what a beautiful round. I really thought that defuse could have come in. Look at the gap between the diffusion, the completion of the defusal and the amount of time that, you know, it took for them to kill him. It was almost been done, but they were so aware of the fact that, you know, they need to constantly put on pressure, because even if they give 1 second for anybody to crawl into that cloudburst of the jet or anything at all to get it for the diffuse, OUTSET knew that they were going to lose that round because the half defuse was already done. And now 11 on the board, a desperate buy for Cohesion. It looks like match point might just be on the case over here, but Kon, he goes for an early Hunter's Fury, and they know that they're being desperate, so they run into the B side. They know exactly what they're doing over here, and there it is. 2 kills come in, the backstab kill has also come in, and looks like this might just be the end of Team Cohesion.
Jesus, they burst into the site. This is something you can actually call a big bang. It was a very quick one too. They dashed in with the cloudburst, the other people followed up, the recon dart revealed the SK Wow player, and that's it. Site is under control.
Player standing.
Yeah, that is true. As the last man standing Cone, he's found himself in this situation many times. But with the Classic, is pretty much a situation that I don't think he would have wanted himself to be in. Cyrex is gonna definitely spot him out any second now, and now they know where he is.
Right here.
And now the bird's gonna fall out of the nest. Oh wait, never mind. He
Maybe
pops
the
a
bird
leg.
maybe the bird still has one more egg to lay, but unfortunately, yeah, she's running out of twigs in her nest, and match point.
Match point.
Yeah. You know what? Talking about this, I have something that might cheer you up, Crips.
Go ahead. Surprise.
I know that I make bad science jokes because all the good ones are gone.
You were supposed to cheer me up.
Hey, that was a good one.
Press X to doubt.
Okay. Press F to pay respects, huh? I would like some respect on that joke, man. Come on. That was good. But right now, what's going to be looking good if it's OUTSET shuts this down 12-7. Anxiety has gone down pretty in a not pretty way, actually. As they've got him an advantage, Cohesion, and no revive available. The Cosmic Divide was also committed in. And now Cohesion have the upper hand, and OUTSET are looking a little confused.
Yeah, because this hit is not coming towards C. In fact, Cohesion have done a decent job of recognizing that the Cosmic Divide was just a ruse and the actual hit is going somewhere else. Fired Up and Forkun are just gonna stare into each other's eyes through the walls basically forever. They're both anti-lurks right now. But the hit was supposed to go towards A, but it stopped. Why did OS stop?
Oh, wait, look at this. Look at the rotations. They've
Yeah.
gone towards C, and this could just be riding perfectly into the hands of OUTSET. They've only got one player towards A, and he too is very far behind. And this just could be their moment. Cone is holding a
30
weapon. I
seconds
don't
left.
think that is going to be very useful to him either. Unless he finds a spray through the box, which he
Revealing
could get
area.
in the backs of this recon, which has been destroyed. So he's not going to be able to fire off anything. He doesn't want to give out that he got an Odin. But the plant is definitely going to go down. OUTSET now have a chance to win this, Crips.
Yeah, the Shock Dart tried to deny the plant, but it just did not happen. Unfortunately, no useful ultimates available from the side of Cohesion. They have a Cosmic Divide, but it's only best used in conjunction with a lockdown. At least they've dealt with the Lurker. They don't need to worry about getting backstabbed by Forkun, so they can focus all their attention on this area.
Last player standing.
Shotgun, Cyrex is gonna get one. and so is Infinity, but that's all they're gonna find as 3 players of Cohesion survive to get round number 8 on the board for themselves, and that is another one for Cohesion to survive upon. I don't know how many chances like this they're gonna get though, because I think that this round was on the backs of Fired Up getting this kill onto Falcon. Because I don't think if they had not got that kill and if Falcon would have gone unchecked, I think this round would have gone to OUTSET. Just tiny little variables that decide rounds.
Yeah, and Fired Up has dealt with this lurk way too many times, so he is patient as ever. He deals with the lurker in the form of Falcon, and that is what keeps them safe, keeps them in the game for just one more round. Now, if they beat OS twice, then they would have broken their economy. And they get to 12-10. But that's a big if. For now, OS still have the money. They can still buy, they can still end the game right here and now. Let's see what Cohesion does to keep themselves alive. The chances of them going to map 3 are very low, but they're not zero.
Most certainly are not zero. There's a little bit of a pause that has come in now. I think there is a tech issue that came in, and I think we're going to be having to sort it out as soon as possible as well. And there it is. We're back into it. There's no pause as short as that. So OUTSET, they are getting ready for a map and match victory over here against Cohesion. They're first, and they need this round to do so. They've got the weaponry, they've got enough utility, they've even got economy to buy into the next round in case they lose this. How are they going to pull this one off?
Slow, methodical defaults from the side of OS here. Once again, the only difference is they haven't even taken mid control so far. They've only sent in the Killjoy. That's Falcon just outside of the garage doors, but he's not peeking just yet. Preemptively firing to break the alarm bot, and I mean that's what a Killjoy def is, ladies and gentlemen. They know where the alarm bots are placed, but she didn't break it just yet. Still available. Now let's see what happens over here, as we are already a minute into the round, and OS have found no real estate, and they don't have any picks as well. If they keep on waiting for a pick, then they will start to get desperate and time will start to run out. OS need to make a move.
They definitely need a move. They've got 40 seconds on the clock. They have a revive, so they can afford to go in for a fast push, and they can get anxiety to get the revive coming in. And Infinity, he's placing down stars towards A from the C side, and he's trying to give his team cover from the other side of the map while he lurks around. I think he's given away a sound cue, and Nightzera might just know this, but he's looking in towards Garage. Oh, he's gonna find him. But on the other side of things, Anxiety, he goes in for 1 kill, and he gets the revive as well. 4v4 still established. The run it back available for Team Cohesion, which I'm pretty sure that SK Wow is itching to use. And there it is.
Get out of my way.
Oh, this run it back could be a problem. Nobody wants to fight him, but Cyrex has spotted and Cone sprays him down through the boxes. Drops down, and Omkar is good for 1 more. There are 2 players behind this barrier Rob, and that's exactly what they need to be careful about. But the shock does deal with anxiety, and Falcon is the only one left. No nanobombs available, which means he needs to rely on just his aim. The turret protects him for just a little bit, but he runs out of bullets. His eyes are closed, and now his head's been taken off his shoulders. Very, very close. Cohesion are able to win this round, but they need to win 1 more if they want to successfully break the OS economy.
They definitely do. OUTSET can buy into this. They have enough economy to buy into this. Falcon can drop 2 weapons, or at least 1 for that matter, as the rest of them are going to be able to purchase their own. Utility is not going to be a problem over here. The only thing is that Alex T is going to be forced to play on half armor, but I think he's going to be okay with that. He's been fragging about the server like a maniac. 23 kills, highest on the server. He just needs his team to get 5 more before their 5 fall in this round, 12-9, or this could turn out to be a very ugly mess in case it goes to overtime, which I'm pretty sure OUTSET do not want.
OS is still going for a slow approach like last time, but it's not a default. Not the one that was there in the previous round anyway. This time, instead of placing their players outside of C and A, they've only placed 1 outside A, nobody outside C, and the spike is on the verge of coming towards the B side. If this is a fast B plant like Cohesion do, that would be them stealing a page out of Cohesion's book. But so far, no indications of a B hit just yet. I think they're just waiting to boil out the utility from Cohesion so that they have an easier time getting inside. And so far, they've boiled out 2 Astra Stars, which should be good enough. They need to boil out a lot more, a lot faster. Once again, only 40 seconds left. And we've seen what happens when they go in for the sites very, very
Right
late.
there.
They have an idea, Cohesion, and they know what exactly they're doing. Omkar is holding on so that he can deny the plant, but Infinity is finding success on the other side of things. Oh no, the plant doesn't go down. He's just gonna die. Oh my god, Alex, that's not how you would want to go down. The spike is taken back. The attacking and defending Killjoy both put down their lockdowns as the plan has gone to complete and utter bits, and they're gonna have to wait for this. The A side looking like where it's gonna be baited on as they're going back to B. Look at this beautiful
10
fake.
seconds left.
What? Oh
Yeah,
my god, OUTSET.
Infinity sold that little fake with his life, and he had to be the best salesman for that, but his team doesn't have an advantage anymore. A 4v3 retake instantly turned into a 4v2 as Cone and SK WoW double peaked them. The drone hopefully
player
will not
standing.
come through, but it's okay. Cone doesn't need the drone to get this win. He's gonna just go ahead and win everything by himself, and now they are starting to make OS sweat. This might just go into an overtime, given the economy of both the teams.
First initial stages of the round is very crucial, given that you boil away so much time. You're left with almost none to play with in the end if at all something goes wrong. And Alex T, oh, that was so unfortunate that he could not get the spike down planted,
Yeah,
and that
that
probably
was-
cost the round.
Exactly, and it's not even like anything stopped him. No,
He just
he
let
just
his-
got
let
up
his
a little
finger
too
off
early.
the key,
Yeah,
He
that's
let
the
his finger off the
mistake.
keyboard a little too early, and that has put them in a other precarious position. They have a semi-bye, which is a little bit, I would say, enough to work out a win maybe, but it's going to be hard for because they've got 3 weapons. They've got 3 Vandals. Utility, not that much. Armor, not at all across the board. But they can still try to win this one out. And if they win on the backs of this one, then I'm going to be honestly surprised. You know what? Actually, not surprised because we've seen this happen so many times. People have won off the matches on the backs of Thrifties. A semi-bye is definitely not going to be a problem. Oh, wait. Something happened. We have a little bit of a pause coming in. The barriers have not gone off though, and there's 1 second left. So kudos
Yeah,
to the.
I think
the
somebody
person
lagged
handling-
out.
Yeah, somebody did lag out. Kudos to the person handling the matches, and sorry, the admin who just put down the pause button at the right time, so they can get their player back on track in time. As of now, there is a little bit of a tension between OUTSET and Cohesion, more so on the side of the OUTSET because they have got the pressure on them. Because Cohesion, they've got everything that they need to try and pull this one out to an overtime, but OUTSET, they lose this, they will have a bye, make sure, for the next round, for the final round.
Yeah,
But I don't
yeah.
think that they want to go till there.
Yeah, they don't want to go. But that's the best part. They only choose the weapons which they think are enough. And that too on the players who have enough money. Like Alex, Infinity, and Anxiety have 2,000 extra bucks in the pocket so that they can buy weapons in the next round as well. Forkin and Cyrex didn't have that luxury, so they just went in for sheriffs and light armor. Huh. All right, so they have enough money for the last round. That's good enough. And they have weapons this time as well, so they should be able to deal enough damage and maybe turn things around. And they only lost the previous round because of their own mistakes, not because of something that Cohesion did. That was an unforced error. And you cannot make unforced error in these games. There are forced errors, like for the example, Omkar's late rotations. Those are mistakes which OS is forcing Cohesion to make. Those are forced errors. You deliberately put Omkar in a state of doubt where he can't use his full speed and run ahead. But that was unforced. He could have easily stuck the plant, I mean. It's not like anything was challenging him. It's not like anyone was pushing him either.
Yep. And OUTSET, they really need to pull something out of the back. Maybe change up their gameplay because the last 2-3 rounds, Cohesion have read them perfectly. They know that they're playing slow and they don't mind playing that game at all. They will hold down their angles for as long as possible and they will let OUTSET come to them. But if they change up the pace, I feel like that might just cause a difference and, an upset in the balance.
Upset in the balance. That sounds like something straight out of Star Wars. I see imbalance in the Force.
Okay, I thought my science jokes were bad.
That was not a science joke. That was a Star Wars joke. Star Wars is not science.
Really? Star Wars is
It's
Star Wars is
sci-fi. It's science fiction. It's different
exactly.
from science.
You heard the word science. You heard the word
Science
science.
fiction is not science. No, Big Bang
It's
Theory is not science.
fiction, but it's science. Hey, it works. Okay, okay. I'll give it the benefit of doubt. I'll give it the benefit of doubt. I will go ahead and say that it's all about the attitude. It's all about the attitude. And I want to ask you
your
this.
attitude right now.
Yeah, but you know what has which acid has a bad attitude?
Amino acid.
Amino acid. Yeah.
These are fourth grade jokes. In my childhood, when I got my phone for the first time, back when WhatsApp did not exist and people used to buy 35 rupees ka 350 SMS, that wala pack, you used to forward these jokes on those packs. It's that
Hey,
bad of a joke. It's that old.
I'm not gonna deny, but see, old is gold. I'm just gonna go with that. Okay, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that.
Thank
but
God
yeah.
you're a caster and not a stand-up comic.
Hey,
I'm pretty
I
sure
do
that you're
stand-up
gonna
comedy. I do stand-up comedy.
Do you sell tickets?
I sell love and laughter.
Sure.
And laughter.
Sure, buddy. Okay.
Hey, I do.
believe you.
Yeah, I do. Okay? I do.
I believe you. I believe you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe him, if you believe in OUTSET and Cohesion, stick around till the end of the game. We'll be back after a tiny break as soon as the internet issues of Team Cohesion are sorted. But for now, let the players come back from their little tiny break. It's not even a break that they want. It's just their internet acting up. And unfortunately, we can't play the game when there are no players available. So we'll be back in a bit. You guys are watching the LG Ultragear presents TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black, AMD Ryzen Radeon, and a bunch of bad jokes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've been on a hiatus because of people running out of their internet packs and whatnot. Hey, it's raining in Mumbai, and Cohesion hail from Navi Mumbai, which is even worse in terms of internet infrastructure. But they definitely are not lacking in terms of firepower. As soon as I say that, Infinity denies it. He gets a double kill. And this might just be the start that OS were looking for.
Could
Out of
just
the
be
charges.
OUTSET. This is the last and final round for them potentially if they win out this one. They've got the man advantage. They've got Anxiety holding on the backstab. He might just get it. And looks like this might just be the end over here, Crips. That break, I think, worked out in their favor. And again, we see a buy that is not completely up to the mark. A semi-buy, a force buy, whatever you would like to call it, clutches out the
Why'd you
last bit
find
of a match. How many times
Yeah.
have we seen this happen?
Too many times, man. I've lost count at this point. 2 versus 4. The barrier drop that's been put up forces them to clear a few extra angles, but the plant hasn't gone down. And the Hunter's Fury has been put up so that they can deny the plant
30
even
seconds
further.
left.
It tags one player, but that's okay. The plant will still happen.
Planted.
And the Cosmic Divide has gone through. It's not available anymore. So
Shut down.
maybe it will be a little easy for the side of Cohesion to make this work, but they have too many angles to clear, man. This is just problematic.
Not too sure if they're gonna be able to do this. 4 versus 2. They've got to
player
kill,
standing.
make that 4 versus 1. Infinity is gonna get a third of this round. And that, my friends and ladies and gentlemen, is OUTSET
Attackers
Esports to
win.
get their first victory in the TEC Gauntlet Season 2. Congratulations, OUTSET. It was a long, hard-fought battle. It was a battle from Cohesion, rather. My bad. As OUTSET are going to get their first victory, and they're going to put 2 points, and I think they're going straight up above Cohesion on the table as... yeah, survival battle indeed has come into play over here, and the 4 teams that are there at the bottom of the table. I think the other one is FS, I believe. FS, who is right there around the corner. They are going to have to now move into the equation. Now we've got a lot of teams trying to fight for that 5th and 6th spot because qualification for the top 4 teams, which are already in the green zone, looks pretty likely. And now it's a battle of the underdogs. And clearly, OUTSET have won this. So let's have a look at the match highlights, and I would like you, Crips, to take us through everything that happened. And although the tech pauses did come in quite a bit, we had quite a few stellar plays like this one.
Yeah, we had some cool startup plays. Like outside esports and their defensive side was pretty good, but then Team Cohesion dealt with it by making the B plays work again and again. There were several times when they were able to fast plant on the B side and then defend the retake as well. So that worked in the favor of Cohesion to some extent. Yeah, sometimes they failed because of, let's say, no follow ups, maybe because of the jet not being able to dash back to safety or something like that. But
Mhm.
yeah, they exploited the B side enough, and Cohesion was able to get a decent scoreline in the first half.
Yeah, they definitely were. I really thought this Cohesion might have probably pulled out a little bit of a, crazy play, this score up to maybe, 10 to 11, sorry, 12 to 11, maybe gone for the overtime. But I think that one small break kind of broke them. And honestly, I'm very very happy that OUTSET won. Although I predicted a Cohesion to take this win, I'm honestly this one. I want to talk about this though. Look at this, Crips. Look at this. Okay, he throws in the recon. It does not detect anybody. Look at where it's point. Look at where it is. I do not understand that.
Yeah, that is a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know where that recon went because you can see it clearly. It's right there. And Cyrex, he was banking upon his ability to give him a little bit of information, but unfortunately, he lost his life there. Well, that's okay. In the end, it's all about the victory, and they have got that 2-0 clean victory for the side of OUTSET Esports as they are going to be going ahead and putting up 2 points on the board. And honestly, I would say that it was in a pretty convincing fashion as well.
Yeah, it was also very convincing how this guy, Infinity, was able to get in towards the C side so many times. Like, that was just
Hmm.
ridiculous. He's been sneaking up in there so many times, it's not even funny anymore. He's able to get into those backstabbing positions and just ruin the retake before it even begins. And that's a sign of a good lurker. When they can't predict where you're going to come from, they start to, take preemptive measures. And when even those preemptive measures fail, that's when you know you're a good lurker.
That is true. They had a lot of locks on either sides actually, but I think outside esports, they had a little bit more, especially Infinity. That man, I don't know what he has up his sleeve, but he's so sneaky, man. The way he plays around that
Like a
seaside,
ninja.
especially, yeah, like a ninja indeed. The way he plays around that seaside, he was just lurking around, giving sound cues sometimes, but then he was just always there. He was just that lurk that they could depend upon. Omkar, though, on the other hand, even though he had his lurk moments, I feel like they were just a little too, tardy. And I'm pretty sure that he did not like that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone did. For a second, Cohesion was starting to mount a comeback. I thought that maybe there's a little bit of hope when they started to win the last 2 rounds. I mean, consider this one, for instance. SK Wow did a great job of liberating all the players inside the site. All his teammates had to do is find the players outside, but nah, they couldn't kill them. And now the Sova had his ultimate available. So yeah, stuff like that is what cost Team Cohesion the rounds. They were also able to deal with the backstabbers, like how Fired Up has figured out how Tension likes to play. His playstyle is similar to that of Omkar. Unfortunately, Omkar was a little better at lurks, but a little better at lurks. So yeah, even though it was late sometimes, he was definitely better than that particular Killjoy in the round. But at the end of the day, when all things boil down to just the last round and how much pressure there's on your shoulders, you really can't win it without having a man advantage. And there were several times when these guys on the side of OUTSET were able to just win on frag rounds, just on the basis of getting those kills towards every part of the map.
Yeah, there were multiple rounds like that, and we're going to talk about all of that and more as we head on towards the analyst desk segment. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be breaking down this game and OUTSET Esports' first win in the TEC Gauntlet Season 2. We're going to be back with just a short break and a message from our sponsors.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the analyst desk of the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. I'm your host, Assassin47. Back with me are the casters and analysts, Crips and Universe. And yes, it was a quick 2-0. Thought that it might go to the third map as well, but then I feel as if OUTSET Esports, they brought it all back on the map of Haven as well. And yes, they had a pretty damn good run throughout this best of 3. 13-5 and 13-10. There's a lot of story that is brewing up here. So, Crips, I wanted to go ahead and take it away for the map of Ascent, as we're going to be jumping in towards the series highlights for that as well.
So for the first half of Ascent, there's not much that was happening in terms of complex strategy or 200 IQ plays. They were able to win a lot of their gunfights on different corners of the map. They sent one player towards A main, one player towards B main, 3 mid. That was their default setup of OUTSET Esports. And every one of them was able to win a duel each. Unfortunately, I really wish I had something to say about how they were winning those duels, how they were able to enable this success. I wish there was some complex analogy or some analysis behind it. No, unfortunately, it was just OUTSET Esports dry peaking Cohesion and winning. And the best example of it is when Anxiety dry peaks an Opper. Like, that's like the epitome of confidence. You will see that in the replay, sometime or the other, towards the end of the first half of Ascent. And that really indicates what OUTSET Esports were trying to do. They were just winning their duels and they had so much freedom, they were able to get a 10-2 lead. Yeah, sure, that lead could have been negated in the second half, but they did damage control enough. They were able to win Thrifties, and that's how they were able to win Ascent without any problems whatsoever.
I mean, the map of Ascent was something that we all expected might just favor the Sara team Cohesion, at least at the start, because they started out on the defensive. We know for a fact that Ascent is a defender-sided map. But it looks like that OUTSET Esports, well, they were ready to outplay the side of Cohesion, and they did. It was a pretty dominating lead right there, 13-5, as we close out things on the map of Ascent as well. And yeah, as we jump on over towards the scoreboard for the side of OUTSET Esports, you would clearly see that Forkin, being the Sentinel, had 22 kills. Now, I know for a fact that you guys might not be surprised to see a Sentinel up there. It's not the first time. Yes, we have had people like Badman. We have had players like Relic and everyone just stay up there as a Sentinel at the top of the table. But why I am highlighting this is because of the fact that OUTSET Esports did not have the best at the start. And for them to go ahead and pick things up is a really good thing. And we are also happy to see Forkin once again get back in his original groove. What are your thoughts on the scoreboard though, Crips?
The scoreboard doesn't really say much. The stats don't really say much in terms of this thing. I mean, yeah, there's one thing that you can notice about the scores is that 4 out of the 5 players on the side of OUTSET Esports have double-digit kills, whereas that's not the case for Cohesion. And that kind of indicates that the whole dry peaking thing was true, right? Because they had just so many kills and Cohesion was just not able to put up frags. And I really wish there was something else that I could say about this, about their strategy and whatnot, but it was just a bunch of good shots. And sometimes that's all you need. You got to keep things simple. And that's what OUTSET Esports were looking to do. They were able to keep things simple, just win duels, not make too much of a hassle. And it was a pretty easy win on Ascent. Haven is where they struggle. So yeah, Haven is something where we will have a lot more masala to talk about.
Definitely. Speaking of which, we are going to be jumping straight back in towards the map veto and taking a look at what exactly happened on the map of Haven, where OUTSET Esports were able to go ahead and finish it off 13-10. Now, Universe, I want to hand over the mic to you as we jump into the highlights for Haven. And I want you to walk us through as to what went wrong for Cohesion here. Because, yes, OUTSET Esports won it out, but we know for a fact that Cohesion are a team that are very strong on the map of Haven, and Haven is something that they always play and always tend to win as well.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what. I think, I would like to believe that they're just on a bad streak right now, Cohesion, and this was another bad day for them because everything that they did, like Rip said, OUTSET were just hitting their shots. That's plain and simple and straight. You can't have it any other way. You want to try to twist it around, but you want to try to get some other reasons as to why you could do something here and there. But it was just that OUTSET were having their best day probably. And even though it was a little struggle, it was a little bit of a struggle on the map of Haven. 13-10 is a scoreline that you would see that, there was a lot of fight between both teams. But Cohesion, that first half of fight was actually pretty good. They gave in a very good fight. They did a lot of work. But I think that the one thing that I think might have affected them was probably those tech pauses, man. Because it happened a couple of times to them, and how many of the times it happens, it's always going to be a little bit of a demotivator because of the fact that you might just have a momentum going. Yeah, moments like these where they built up their confidence by giving a knife kill or a Molotov kill were just trickled down by those tech pauses, I believe. Unfortunately for them, they could not recover as much as they would have wanted to. They had very good rounds in the first half, man. Honestly, they did pretty well. It was a pretty good convincing first half, but the second half, it overturned completely. As OUTSET, they just knew exactly what to do. There were rounds where they gave it away when they reached the match point in a position. They were up 12-8. And they gave away 9-10. And I thought that the Cohesion would have probably pulled out another round over there, but they didn't. And OUTSET, they knew exactly what they were doing. Their lurks were a little bit better. Their timings were a little better. Their shots were better. And overall, their gameplay was better.
Yeah, and I just want to chime in over here. When you said their lurks were better, and that is true, because we saw Omkar from the side of Cohesion miss his lurk timing so many times. Like he was late like 3 times in that second half. So yeah.
I mean, clearly, we just saw the entire play being made by anxiety as well from the side of OUTSET Esports, right? I mean, OUTSET Esports, we've seen them make these lurks possible quite a lot of times. I'm not really sure if Cohesion picked up on it. Did they go ahead and place a little bit of a flank watch or something like that? But whatever the case was, OUTSET Esports, they knew what exactly they were supposed to do. And it looked like that they did a lot of VOD reviewing as well for this match. So they had a pretty good idea as to what exactly they were supposed to do against the side of Team Cohesion. Well, let's take a quick look at the group standings now and see what exactly is the change over there after this victory coming out from the side of OUTSET Esports. And we're very happy to see OUTSET Esports go ahead and put up their first win as well. And they are going to be above FS Esports. And Team Cohesion are going to take the place of OUTSET Esports at the 7th spot as well. So OUTSET Esports, they put up their first win, total of 2 points. Team Cohesion, they've got themselves 2 points as well, but then no wins and 3 losses, and thus why exactly they are down there at the 7th spot as well. Team Cohesion, they definitely need to step up, otherwise it's going to be a little bit of a problem because they have got 4 more games left out in the entire group stages. So yeah, if they don't pick up, the problem is going to be against these titans like Exo, Force One, Global, and Valor. So, what are your thoughts on the group standings, Chris?
For the group standings, I do believe that OUTSET Esports have done a pretty good job over here today. Their first win, that too a flawless one, is very, very nice. They were on the bottom of the scoreboard, and now they are in the 5th place, which means they've jumped 3 spots. That's massive.
Completely. And yeah, OUTSET Esports, if they can just keep on with this performance as well, we are going to be seeing them give a tough competition to the likes of FS Esports and also the side of Team Valor. FS Esports is going to be an opponent that the side of OUTSET Esports can sort of give a tough competition to, and that game is going to be something that we're going to be looking forward to as well. But that is just a speculation, a match for the future. But what we have and are looking forward to is the match at 8 p.m. IST. Let's take a quick look at today's matchups and what exactly that game is going to be. It is going to be Global Esports going up against the side of Team Valor. And yes, that is going to be a match that is going to be very intense. Looking forward to seeing what Valor can do. Global Esports, they have already been putting up big names, big numbers, and stats that nobody can even match up to. So yeah, Global Esports, they definitely are going to be at the top of the game, whereas Team Valor, they're going to be up for that task is going to be the million-dollar question. With that, we are at the end for the first half of the day. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It was an amazing match from the side of OUTSET Esports, and we wish the side of Team Cohesion all the best. May they go ahead and be able to sort of bring it all back, come back stronger, and practice and strengthen up their entire play against teams like OUTSET and the likes. With that, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors as well, by the way. LG, Ultragear, WD Black, and AMD Ryzen Radeon for making the TEC Gauntlet possible. Please do go ahead and check out all the links down in the description below to avail some of the exclusive deals that we have got for you from our sponsors, LG, Ultragear, WD Black, and AMD Ryzen Radeon. With that, also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already and hit the bell notification icon to not miss the update when we go live at 8 p.m. IST for the match between Global Esports and Team Valor. You guys are watching the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. Me, Crips, and Universe are going to sign off. We're going to be seeing you guys at 8 p.m. Until then, goodbye.
2, 3, let's go.